Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Yan City Show. Finally, it's another show on my channel. This is not going to be an every week kind of show. It will just be here and there. So you might get like 2 in a week. You might get none in a week. So yeah, it's one of them. But yeah, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, like the video. And yeah, basically today it's kind of like a Q&A kind of thing. You can ask me questions, and I'm joined by my co-host, Flawless, Mr. Take Note. So big up to him. You know, you wanted him here. He is here. So yeah, you got what you wanted, guys. So I'll just check out the comments. Dupo was here before. He says, hi, Yan. Big up to him. Wayne says, respect to the best place to be, to my guy and girl Yan and Flawless. Smash the like and let's
big
go.
Up, Wayne.
That Wayne. Ryan says, big up my sugar puff and beautiful flower. Always here to provide us with amazing content. Yeah, we hope you enjoy it. MV says, I am in love with Yan. I don't know who that is. Big up to you. 187 Gangster Crip says, I was right, Flawless making an appearance.
187 Gangster Crip, yeah? That was your fault. It was your fault, 187 Gangster Crip. Everybody else, that was Yan's fault as well. Everybody else, when she was like, just want to see Flawless, and I knew as soon as she said it, I knew you lot were gonna say, yeah? You know what I'm saying? I knew it 1,000,000%. I thought I had my plan. I should be out cold in bed right now, just lying, chilling, watching YouTube. Well, here I am live on YouTube. But love to Yan City for having me. I'll make sure you get this show regular though, people. Whether I'm here or not, I'll make sure you get the Yan City show. Done.
Is this actually Saeed? If it is, up to you.
Yo, Saeed, big up to you. Message me so I know it's you, fam. He was awake because I messaged him just before, so I'm presuming it is him. Make sure you lot subscribe to Saeed TV and that. You know what I'm saying? He's done the big rebrand. He's now sponsored by the Big Six. You'll catch me on his channel on Real Talk on Thursdays. Yeah, man. One of the best YouTubers out here. One of the most blessed guys, hilarious, etc. You already know how highly I speak of Saeed people. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe to Saeed TV.
Yeah, big up to Saeed anyway, if it is him. He says, 2 hardest working YouTubers, big up the work rate. I don't think I'm quite as hard working as other people, innit?
You are definitely hard. No one works harder than you. You're in the conversation is what I'm saying. No one works harder than you. You literally you're on a show literally every day.
Do you know what? Like, in general, I agree with that. On YouTube, maybe not, but in general, not many people work harder than me. Like, outside. Thank you. I didn't actually do my hair. I just tied it up because it was like, I didn't want it in a bun. Dupe says, the deadly duo. Love that.
Big up, Dupe.
Danelle says, I don't know if that isn't double L. But yeah, big up to him. He's from Florida, USA. Big
Love
up
that.
to you watching from over there. Ryan says, Yan City is the hardest working person ever.
Facts.
You know what? Like, I just do mad hours. Like, I've already worked over 50 hours this week. Like, that's not YouTube. That's like my actual day job. And I've got another 12 tomorrow. So fun. Dupe says, Yang, you're doing this at midnight. Yeah, midnight is the best time to catch me because I don't sleep till like 4. So yeah, it's the best time. Dupe says, and everyone invites you and Flawless on shows, so obviously are hardworking. Yeah, not so much me, more Flawless, but yeah.
Don't try it. You know what I'm saying? You get hella invites and that. You're on as many. You're on as many as I am. You get what I'm saying? And that you're on as many different channels as I am. I'm on like 4 different channels. You're on 4 different channels. Yeah.
187 says, Yan does 2 jobs. She streams from work half of the time, multitasking. I have to. I'm always bloody there. I live there, literally. So, yeah, I've kind of like, even last week, I was kind of helping my colleague with setting up a business on top, a different business. So, yeah, it's just been mad, but it's fine. Wayne says, when are we going to talk about the future of YouTube and little sugar puff around? His kids are not my kids, innit? Like, that's the thing. His kids, you've seen his daughter. She don't look like me.
I ain't got no daughter in that. I don't know why he's lying. I know my niece kind of looks like me at times. Well, some people say that. I don't see the resemblance, but yeah, my niece looks like me. Yeah, supposedly. What, you think she looks like me?
Huh?
You think my niece looks like me?
You think your child looks like you? Yeah, she
It's
looks
not
like
much. Do you actually genuinely, all bullshit aside, do you actually genuinely think she looks like me?
I think she genuinely could be your child and is your child.
That's not the answer to the question, is it? Do you think that the child in question that we are talking about looks like me?
I can't remember what she looks like, to be fair.
All right, I'm gonna have to show it. Say, yeah, see, look, she out here lying, people. Lying and that. She out here lying again.
I can't get that medication out. Oh, I got two.
Lying again. Yo, you lot get the likes up. I can see you lot here. So get the likes up already. We're on Yancy ENT, people. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get it to 500 subscribers. Hit that like button on the video on YouTube, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And when you do, hit the notification bell. And see you lot watching on Twitter as well. Make sure you retweet the tweet, like the tweet, follow Yancy and myself, who are both tagged in the tweet. Big up everyone who is locked in.
Big up Ultra for CN.
Big up Ultra for CN.
Every time. Dewface says, "Oh, that's nice, Ryan. I love that. That's nice. It's not true, but I love it. That's a nice comment." Dewface says, "Jan, would you start Sterling tomorrow?" Yeah, I probably would start Sterling tomorrow, to be honest. Bear in mind, he used to play for QPR, and that's like kind of Fulham's rivals, I'd say, kind of, even though really it should be Chelsea, but it isn't. So yeah, be interesting. Nippon Sharma says, "Oh, I think he's talking to you."
Disrespectful, you know. I think he's talking to you, you know. It was actually a typo, dickhead. You know what I'm saying? It was actually a typo.
I couldn't resist.
Look at you. Look how funny she finds herself in that, innit? You are right now, innit? I couldn't resist. Yeah.
LCFC Luck says, "Thoughts on Leicester this season?" I think Leicester have been doing really well this season, to be honest, considering the injuries that they've had as well, to be where they are. The only criticism I would have of Leicester is every time you think they're going to go above United, they bottle it a little bit. So it's a bit annoying, but I think Leicester are doing well. They're definitely like going to finish in the top 4, 5, you know, so it's good. It's a decent season. So yeah, big up to your team, innit? Mustafa says hi. Big up to Kurd Alez says, "Yo, big up Flawless and Yam people. Big up to you.
Big up to you, man. Big up.
Dupe says, "Flawless, how do you go from beating City to drawing Milan?"
Ollie tax.
Do you know what? Yeah, that I
Kind of cheeky. Look at her, she couldn't resist, innit?
I was talking to both of you. That is offensive.
No, you said hi in terms of
hi to both of us,
yeah. It was a typo.
Jan don't rest. You know I don't sleep, Neeks, man. Big up Samir Hussein. Lord Jesus. I'm always throwing shots. Like, that's me.
Yeah, serious. Always at me, innit? I never throw shots at her. Well, you know,
look, yeah. It is what it is.
See? She can't even deny it.
Devante says, "Flawless, are you taking dividends out of Sarcasm City TV?"
Nah, I'm not taking dividends out of Sarcasm City TV. I should be in bed right now. I should have done the stream from bed, but then I thought that's a bit of a massive still.
Ultra First says, "You can play all the subs you want tomorrow. See City winning that game."
City gonna smash Fulham. Without question. Well, it's technically today now if you're in the UK, but yeah, they're gonna win.
Well, I'd hope so, to be honest. Vishai even says, "Would you drop Mahrez tomorrow?" Do you know what? I think at the moment Mahrez is kind of undroppable, but whether he gets rested tomorrow is a different question. He might get rested because I think he's played the last 6. So I could see them resting him, but you know, he's been playing well. He's been probably our best player in the last sort of 5 or 6 games. So yeah. Lots on like the stream. Yeah, make sure you like the stream, guys.
Yes. Subscribe.
Nippon Sharma says, "Jan, would you like to be my Manchester City rep on my proposed podcast?" Yeah, just DM me on Twitter and I'll see.
See, Jan City getting more offers than that. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to be on their shows. You just getting. We're not even 10 minutes in.
Adam says, "Jan, opinions on college. What do you mean? College, as in college? Like after?"
I thought he was talking about a player we didn't know about called college or something. You know what I'm saying? Some new
If
up and
you're
coming, some
talking about
foreign guy.
actual college, like it depends whether you're American or English. If you're English and you're talking about college as in when you leave high school, then I actually thought college was really fun. I used to rock up there at 10 o'clock when I started at 9. And yeah, it was fun. I used to enjoy it. Didn't really do much work, to be fair. But I think it's quite fun.
Into the choir still.
Do you know what? To be fair, I used to do all the guys like work for them because like the guys that I hung around with used to do football. So like obviously they played football, but then there was the theory side of it and none of them could do it. So like I used to do their football homework, which is really random. But yeah, I used to do that. Right. I've not been in college for years. I left college in like 2009. A long time ago. Ryan said, who was your favorite boxer? Who's your favorite boxer and why does Floyd Mayweather get so much disrespect? It actually upsets me.
I presume that's aimed at me because you ain't a boxing fan, are you? The reason why Floyd Mayweather gets so much disrespect, you know what it's like, Ryan? As soon as, how do I put this? The reason why I get so much disrespect, when you know what it's like with success, and great success becomes hate. And especially if you're confident in your ability. People hate that. People hate confidence on a normal level.
You know what it is?
Normal level. Go on.
It's because, yeah, it's the cockiness that he has. But the thing is, like, my colleague loves him, innit? And he, like, basically, everyone at my workplace loves boxing. So, like, even though I don't like boxing, that's all they talk about at work.
Yeah, because
like,
it's an elite sport. We
have, like, one of my colleagues, he used to box for Great Britain. So his training partner for years was, like, Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
And then two others box. So they have like fights and stuff. So it's like, and then my manager's grandson, he also fights. So these people like get paid to box. So that like it's big in my workplace. But yeah, he was saying that like one, he's earned all the money himself. Like he lives like a very clean lifestyle. Like he doesn't drink, he doesn't do certain things. Then when he goes in the ring, you know, he's intelligent, he boxes well. And he makes his money and he spends his money. So it's like, it's not like he's got it illegally.
Yeah.
He's doing stuff. He puts his life on the line. So there's not really a reason to hate him apart from the fact that people can say he's cocky. But why would you not be? He's unbeaten.
Here's the thing though, innit? When you're a sports, and I'm just going to point it to people straight and talk to you lot straight. If you're confident in your ability, and if you're confident in your ability and you're the top of your field as a black sports person, if you are confident or cocky, they are going to hate on success. Someone mentioned it. There's no difference between Mayweather and McGregor. What's the difference? McGregor is the MMA version of that who's not as good.
Yeah.
Zlatan, cocky, doesn't get it. That seems confidence. But as soon as it's Mayweather or it's a Pogba or it's a black person, different. That's what it adds into as well.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to make it a race thing. If he's white, he's being argued as the greatest sports person of all time.
Well, the thing is, it's not even about making it into a race. It's just the way, because a lot of people will say, I'm not racist, and then they have ideas.
Racist views.
Like, so they'll say things like, oh, I just don't like Raheem Sterling. Why don't you like Raheem Sterling? Oh, there's just something about him I don't like. Yeah. What do you not like about him? You don't know him personally. How do you not like him? Do you know what I mean? You can say, I don't like him because he plays for Man City. That's a valid reason. But to say, oh, there's just something I don't like. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're getting them views from the media, which isn't coming from a non-racist place. So whether you think you're racist or not, why do you have them ideas? And it's the same like you say with Mayweather, because Mayweather is not worse than McGregor. McGregor actually does worse things. Do you know what I mean? So
let Floyd have that he's had his issues with the law and he got slated for that. McGregor swung on an old person in a bar. Silence. You see that crooked? You see that silence between me and you there? Silence in that. And the Glazers out. I'm not saying McGregor. McGregor can be miles better on the mic. What I'm saying is I'm talking in the ring.
Yeah.
In terms of McGregor is nowhere near the level of Mayweather in boxing. McGregor's nowhere near that level in MMA. Nowhere near. Mayweather's one of the best defense. I'll say this about Mayweather. He's arguably the best defensive fighter of all time. And he's easily the best defensive fighter of the generation. I'm a 90s baby. So he's the best defensive. He's the best defensive boxer of our generation. And he earned more money than anyone else. He's got like
Yeah.
He changed the whole game. He changed the whole game and changed the whole
And
game.
do you know what? Do you know what I found out recently as well? Is like he pays his team really well. So the people around him, like his driver and stuff like that, they're on like he's got like 3 pilots. They're all on like loads of money a year. So yes, he's got money, but he uses it, and you know he shares it in, you know, the people that are around him earn a lot of money. So it's not one of them where he's hoarding all the wealth and then everyone around him is struggling. It's not like that. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. It adds into, like I said, just in life when you're just confident in general, people don't like it. And I've had that type of hate where people like, why are you so confident? It's like, why does my confidence bug you in it? And I'm nowhere near the level of a Mayweather in terms of skill. And what people don't understand as well is before Mayweather came along, it was all about the heavyweights in terms of making the most money. No one didn't care about the smaller guys. And then he came in and completely changed the game, innit? Salute to him and that, like I said. And there's so much more I could go into in that. So much more I could go into.
Yep. Mustafa says, would you drop Sterling in the next Manchester derby?
See if Wan-Bissaka lets him out of his pocket.
You know
still,
what?
Depends on Bissaka. Back in 1 sec.
He doesn't turn up anyway, so whether we play him or not, you know what? The reason why Sterling plays all the time is because Pep likes what he does, like the runs he makes, the intelligence he has to be in the right place at the right time, stuff like that. But there's just something about Man United, he just doesn't look like scoring. So yeah, I probably would drop him for the next one. But yeah, it will all depend. I can't see Pep doing that. I'll come back to your question, Wayne, when Flawless gets back. There's a few. LCFC Lux says, can we have Mahrez back soon? Maybe a swap for Kelechi and Nacho. I love Kelechi and Nacho, but Pep ain't going to take him back. And yeah, Mahrez is just Mahrez, isn't he? He's been really, really good.
He was asking questions. What was it?
No, okay. So Wayne asked, what you guys think about Chelsea tomorrow against Leeds at Leeds?
Chelsea are going to wash them.
Yeah.
I'm saying 3-4-1.
Yeah.
Chelsea going to beat them. Yeah, Chelsea going to beat them up.
A big score, yeah. Ashby Kenton said, yo, Flawless, you see we've been linked with Ben White. My rib hurt immediately.
Don't pay no attention, man. That's not true. I don't think it's true. They pay it no mind. I don't pay anything no mind in it in terms of news and that. So, yeah, I don't think that's true.
MB says, will City win the Champions League this year? You need to ask Man City because until they prove me wrong, I don't trust them in the Champions League. So until Man City do something that makes me think, oh, shit, these guys could actually win this, I don't trust them. So we'll see. Beaver's mate for life says, Rodgers is a very good manager. Let's hope he finishes above the rags. Well, yeah, I would hope so. Guys, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel and like the video while you're in here.
ENT people, subscribe.
Yeah. Winter Surfer says, no Bluetooth chat, right? Yeah, because Prime's not here, isn't it?
Yeah, Prime was wilding. That's when I left the conversation. I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. I'm out.
This guy says, thoughts on the issues of bad pitch at Man City? Both Foden and Pep have talked about it. Yeah, it's interesting because our pitch used to be good and now it isn't good. So I don't know. I really don't know. They should just dig it up and start again, I suppose. But I don't really know. Maybe I don't really know because Pep was saying Old Trafford was good, but I'm sure their pitch used to be really bad. It's only recently that their pitch is not bad. So I don't know. Maybe it's all the rain in Manchester. Who knows? But I'm sure they can sort it out. Ryan says, Mahrez Salah swap deal, please, Yan City.
Ryan.
We're good. Even though Salah scores a lot of goals, so don't really play too much. 187 Gangster Crit says, Jan, say if City are at 8 points clear of United with 6 games to go, do you think they may bottle it like we did in 2012? Do you know what? I don't think Man City have, we've seen very close title races between Man City and opposition, and in them situations, Man City have come out on top. Even the season 18-19, where it was very, very, very close and there was nothing really in it. and everyone was saying Liverpool are going to win. Liverpool are going to win. Look at all your fixtures, and we had really hard games in there. And every time they'd be like, City ain't going to win because they've got. Like I remember Liverpool fans changing their profile pictures to Leicester, like Leicester players. I think it was Jamie Vardy. Then they had like Ashley Barnes from Burnley and all these players like willing Man City to lose. And Man City just went and won every single game for the last 14 games. So City do tend to finish strong in the league unless it's kind of way done. But even still, we tend to finish strong. So there's that element. There's also the fact that Man United are not the Man City of 2012, where City were really good that season. Yeah, Man United, not so much. Very inconsistent. Like even the derby, like you beat Man City, fair enough, and then you play AC Milan, you win in, and then in the dying second, things like that is why even when Man United were top, like we had this conversation all the time, and Flawless used to say to me like, "Oh, why are you laughing at like United? Like we're top of the league." But he knew that no one takes Man United serious, and it's kind of like I didn't like when Man United were top. I wasn't thinking, "Oh, we're not going to win the league." Like, do you know what I mean? I actually, to be fair, when you were top, it was Liverpool that were close, and I was like, I just can't see Man United winning the league. And, you know, now I still can't see it. I think if we did lose some games, Man United would probably lose some games as well. So, yeah, we have to, I think 8 points with 6 games, like, realistically, you can afford to lose 2 and draw 1. So, that means that we'd have to only pick up 3 wins out of 6. I don't know, with the games we've got at the end, like our harder games are towards the end. So I think we have to win. If we beat Fulham, and I think the next 2 games after that are not too difficult. We've got an away game at Palace that if we win that, we could start wrapping up the title. But it just depends on what we do between sort of now and that Palace game, because we could have it almost wrapped up.
The league's done, man. I've been telling you this for the longest.
No,
over 2 months ago.
Like if it gets 8 points with 6 games to go, but
I don't think there's anyone who can catch you is that close. We ain't good enough. I'm looking here at City's fixtures, so obviously you got Fulham. 1 second. Well, I didn't realize the FA Cup's next weekend. Mad. You just play Everton in the quarterfinals on the 20th. Yeah. That's mad. That's next week. But you got Fulham. This is the league. Then you got Leicester away, Leeds at home, Villa away, Palace away.
Leicester away won't be easy.
Depends who they've got back. You'll beat Leicester. Arsenal went there and pammed them.
Yeah, but Arsenal's record against Leicester is really, really good. Our record's okay, not great. You know what? It's games like the Fulham game that we need to win, because even though it's going to be a difficult game, it's definitely not going to be easy. It's one of them, because we play first. If we lose that, we give momentum to Man United. So we need to make sure that we don't lose the games like that. If Man United play first and draw, we can afford to lose. Do you know what I mean? It's not that bad. But yeah, it's one of them. Devante says, Fulham had the second best defence since December and 5 clean sheets in 6. So I'm saying 2-1. Yeah, that's what I predicted.
You know what it is? It's because they got the best Danish centre-back in West London, in Jim Anderson. That's what it is. Just putting it out there, people, innit? I'm saying the JA Hive and that.
Nifun Sharma says, if I was addressing one person, I would have said hi. No, I was only joking. I just wanted to call him a hoe, innit? Don't worry. I'm not mad at you. Dupe says, I'm nervous with Fulham. I am. These 2 games this week.
You like jokers.
Like, I actually have been nervous for. I thought the Southampton game might be a bit sticky. To be fair, it was very end-to-end, but we came
You're always nervous about City games.
Yeah, I just don't trust. Like, I'd love to be able to trust them, but I just don't.
I wish, like, the thing is, I've been in, well, not in a long time, but when we had Fergie, like, I was, you know what? That being said, I'm still confident.
Fans have arrogance. Like,
yeah, I'm still confident. I'm still confident going into games now, and I don't even like the manager. What do I say all the time? Because of the individual players we have, I'm like, we got this.
Predict them to win.
Yeah. When do I ever predict us to lose? And even West Ham, with our individual players missing, like some of our better players, I'm still like, we got this in. I just have faith
Sorry,
in it.
I've got no mods glazes out. No one's a mod.
If you give me the if you let me sign in, if you send me the YouTube, I'll start making some
I
mods.
know the sign-in details. It's just been signed in.
No, I need you to give me your YouTube details to sign in, and then
Yeah,
I'll make some
I
people some
can't
mods.
tell you what they are, to be honest.
Why can't you tell me what you don't trust me on your
I
YouTube?
don't know the password.
Oh, is it right?
It's
Just recover it. We'll deal with it, people. Don't worry about it.
That says big up anyway. LC FC Lot says, "Yo, jump on our channel, Leicester Fan TV, when we're playing for you. It's LDMU. Yeah, sure. Just let me know. I'm scared of playing Leicester, definitely. Okay. Adam C says, random one, but thinking of going into teaching, but the wage is meaty, and feel like it's kind of looked down on. Any advice? Do you know what? I did teaching. I was a teaching assistant for like not that long, probably about 4 months. Honestly, I thought it was great. I really loved it. I thought it was fun. The kids were like, basically, I worked in like a Peru, innit? So it's the kids who have like getting kicked out of school. So it's the naughty kids. And they used to come and, you know, we had to change the behavior around, and that's what we did. And you know what? It was really successful when I was there. Like only 1 or 2 of the kids didn't make it back. But yeah, I actually really enjoy teaching. But the money isn't great. Basically, any job where you're helping other people, the money isn't great. If you're helping the government in terms of, or you're helping the banks or anything that has selfish intentions, then the money's good. So yeah, you're better off helping one person and getting money than helping everyone, like a nurse or a care worker like I am, or a teacher, where like you take them for granted a little bit. But
what I would say to this is, if you want to go into teaching, go into teaching. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna sound very cheesy and cliche what I'm about to say, but follow your heart and follow your head. Whatever you want to do it. Like don't worry about people looking down on you. People are gonna dislike what you do anyway.
People look down on anyone,
The only way to get no criticism is to do absolutely nothing. And even if you do that, people will be like, see, you're not doing anything.
People still criticize you.
So do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, you have to have your back.
You know what? I agree with that, because at the same time, if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. Like my dream job would be to work for Man City doing something that I enjoy. So it's like, I don't feel like, oh, I've got work tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Whereas right now I'm like, oh, I've got work today. So it's one of them things. But like the reason why I got into my line of work was because I thought I want to help these kids that have been abused. But like I've just ended up getting abused by these kids. So it backfired. But yeah, it's what it is. Dufe says, you look like you're in your last year of high school. I am still. I'm only like, 16?
She lying, man, and double that.
Sala says, big up. Nippon says, my favorite boxer is Irish. Is that Irish?
He just says IE, so I don't know. He might be having problems typing.
No, it's not. It's the Ireland flag.
Oh, is it the Ireland flag? Okay. Yeah.
How can you not see that?
Because it just says IE on my screen.
Yeah, I can't see what's in this box. Big up. Can you see what comes up?
Big up. It's just the head with the mouth emoji.
Yeah, see, so you can see the opposite emojis for me. That's weird.
Yeah.
MBAFC says, big up to Mr. and Mrs. Sarcasm City. Jan, what do you think City can do to kick on even more next season? I think it depends how this season ends, to be honest, because if, for example, which I'm hoping doesn't happen, we just win the league. So say we don't win the Carabao Cup final, we get kicked out of the Champions League and we get kicked out of the FA Cup. If that happens, then I would say we need to be doing better in them 3 competitions that we didn't win. The league, obviously, I'd like to go back to back always. Do you know what I mean? So that would be good. But yeah, it will depend if we win. If we did the impossible and win everything, which is very unlikely, then it would just be to sort of win one of them. Well, not one of them trophies, one of the big 2 again. Do you know what I mean? So that would be the aim for the next season. But yeah, it just 100% depends. I don't think City are going to go and win the quad. I'm not that stupid. Like, it's hard to do. No one's ever done it in England. So yeah, I think it's one of them. But I think for me, retaining the Prem and doing better in the Champions League. So if we get to a quarterfinal this year, get to a semi next year. If we get to a semi this year, get to the final next year. If we get to the final and lose, then I would expect us to get to a final and win. So just depending on how far we get, a step further. Like, people are saying, "Oh, City should win it," but it's like, to go from sort of going out in the quarters to winning it, I just think it's a little bit of a stretch. I'm not saying it's impossible, because
only
it has been done.
teams do that. You get what I'm saying? But go on, carry on.
Well, PSG did it last season. They didn't win it, but they went from not even getting to a quarters to going on and winning it. So it is possible. But yeah, sorry, to get into the final. And I think they will go on and win it this year. They're my favourites for winning it. So we'll see. But yeah, like I say, it's one of them where, depending on how we finish this season, will depend on what the targets are. But the targets going into every season for Man City is always to try and win the Premier League and to get as far as we can in the Champions League. That's what it would be. Wintersurf says Mayweather is boring and took easy fights in the end. Not GOAT for me, not even close. He's undefeated though, so.
We're not having.
Sorry, I don't mean
it's cool. Yeah, with the easy fights, that's not the case, isn't it? This guy beat more world champions than anyone else. In terms of boring, that's a preference thing. At the end of the day, it's called boxing. It's the sweet science. Hit and don't get hit. And that's what man did.
Yeah.
Exceptional. Like, he might not be your cup of tea. I just prefer that type of style, innit? But
yeah, that's what Ryan
to their own. Yeah.
See,
Ryan, that's why Ryan's my guy, man. It's the sweet science. You know what I'm saying?
This is what we were saying before. He does have a right to be cocky.
Yeah. But then we hail up McGregor.
What I don't like is cocky people that can't back it up. So you get like cocky people where it's like they've not won anything, but they're cocky. Whereas he is undefeated. So until he gets beat, and even if he got beat.
When he's retired now, isn't it? So
yeah. Even if he came out and got beat, it's still like his record, it speaks for itself. Do you know what I mean? It's like saying, oh, Ronaldo can't be cocky or Messi can't be cocky because they've lost the Champions League final. Like, come on.
Them man backed it up. You know what I'm saying? No one can't talk. They can be as cocky as, because, like you said, they backed it up. Exactly. And McGregor's nowhere near the level that Mayweather was in boxing. McGregor's not there in MMA.
This is where we were saying where like the media comes into it and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of people, they have an opinion on something, and if you why, if they actually strip it back and think, why do I think that? They don't actually know. And that means they probably heard it from someone else. You know, like, say, for example, every single show that I did, I said something like, I don't know, Raheem Sterling is nasty. Like, he's a horrible person, right? You're probably going to start thinking he's not a nice guy. And then you might not even remember that I was the one that said it. But in your head, you're going to think he's not a nice guy. And then the next minute you'll be like, I don't like him. And it's like, without you even realizing, you're taking things in. And a lot of the media, like the stuff that you hear, if you actually pay attention to it, it's not good, you know. Mayweather is defo in the top 10 of all time. People also hate him because he's rich.
Yeah, people hate on success, man. You know what haters are like, man. You know what I'm saying? None of us are rich here, and look where we'll get like...
Hardly anyone pays their taxes.
I don't even care about all that. Look at even here when we get fake accounts on, that's just people hating. You know I'm saying?
Yeah, Floyd owns his promotion as well, unlike other boxers in the Don King sweatshop. Yeah, he's...
That's in it for Don King, you know. Don King, Mazo.
That we've got to this before.
Yeah, said that.
Black people wears jewelry and it's called King of Bling. Get out of here. Oh god, yeah, no. People just want to see knockouts. That's why they disrespect Mayweather. Wilder has mad KO power, but his boxing ability is shocking.
It's all about preference. Because I like watching Wilder and that, but my preference is Mayweather. But of course, seeing someone get KO'd is one hit a quitter.
Adam, you can't use this word anymore.
What did he say? Something wild?
Yes.
Usually a wild.
I don't want to put it up.
Yeah, don't put it up.
You can't use that word anymore.
Let me check. Let me see. I don't even know. I'm further down in the comments.
1 minute. I'm like way up.
I'm just going up. Well,
Oh my God, I'm way up to the point where I can't even see.
where is it? Who was the comment from?
It was from Adam. Do you know what? It's
Yeah, you wilding with that, Adam.
I've lost the comment, but yeah, you can't use that word anymore. But
Yeah,
yes,
man.
Burnley don't have a lot of ethnic minority players. That if they get a mixed race person, that's about as good as they're gonna get. But I think it's due to where it is as well. Like if you go to Burnley, it is a very white and Asian area. Like there isn't really too many black people up there. So, you know, I think if you're a young player and you're coming from like an Arsenal, are you really gonna want to go and play for Burnley? Like, I'm not saying you have to live in Burnley because they don't. A lot of them live in like Cheshire with everyone else. But it's one of them things like they're less likely to pick a Burnley to go and play for. So I think that plays into it as well. Sorry, if I've missed your comment, it's because it's disappeared. Ryan says, Jan, how do you manage to have the most beautiful smile in the world? I actually
she didn't miss that comment though. You hear me? See how you look. See how she
no,
stays
that's
people.
at the top of the thing. Anything above his comment, I haven't seen. Andrew says, have you seen the new Witches remake film yet on Now TV? Yannicka, do you know what? I don't even have time to watch the TV that I do watch. So yeah, I've not really seen anything. The only thing that I've seen recently is Behind Her Eyes on Netflix, which was quite good actually. But that's about it. Dupe Prime just doesn't rate any City players, to be honest. Every time there's like a City player, he don't rate them. Ravi says, what's the best snacks to eat when watching football? You know what, anything, but at the moment, like I go through addictions in it. So at the moment, it's like
because she pregnant people, that's why she got addictions in it.
You know what?
She's
I
up the
hope
duff.
so.
She's up the duff in it.
But I'm not yet.
She's up the duff people.
I hope I am, to be fair. If I am, that's great news. Our pitch is one of the oldest in the Prem. I don't even know. They wanted to fix it last summer, but because of the virus, I don't know why they couldn't just fix it. I don't know.
You know what? If there's somewhere you can social distance, surely it's in like a 50,000 seater stadium. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I'm saying if there's somewhere, like the person just said they couldn't fix the pitch because of the virus. I'm saying if there's somewhere you can do social distance and it's in a 50,000 seater stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they could have really. You're at one end of the pitch.
They could have done it in lockdown. It's not. Yeah, people are still working. Like, I've worked well, I haven't actually. I shielded for 3 months, but after I stopped shielding, I went back to work. But people in my workplace, they've not. They've worked through the whole pandemic. Flawless, would be your team at United going into next season if you were the man in control of the transfers? So who would you get in?
Who would I get in? Sancho and Didi and a centre back. I don't know what centre back though. But actually, I do Varane. There we go. Varane and Didi Sancho. That's who I'd go and get.
Andrew says, who's your favourite basketball team, Flawless? Why are you not asking me? Why are you just asking Flawless?
Look at she hating on our friendship, Andrew. You know what? I don't follow basketball like that, but Orlando Magic's my team still. I don't follow basketball like that. My team's Orlando Magic.
For me, it'd be the Lakers because 2 reasons. One, because that's the part of America that I go to when I go. And 2, because Kobe. I loved Kobe. So, yeah, him. Top 5 midfielders in the league. I hate questions like this because it all depends on form and stuff like that.
Yeah, Glazes out. You baffling man's head with that one. 20-1.
Devante said the GOAT manager bottled an 8-point lead with 6 games left. Imagine if Rodgers did that.
You didn't bottle it and that. These things happen and that. When somebody replicates what he's done, then we can have that conversation and that. You know what I'm saying? And that. Because your team can't win it back to back. You know what I'm saying? So let's just put that out there, innit?
Why is who does he spot?
He's a Chelsea fan.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Mourinho did it once and that was that. You get me? My manager done 3 times twice. Levels. My manager did 3 times twice.
Big up Yannicka and Flawless, smashing the content on the daily. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, because it's you guys that make us able to do it. So, yeah, big up. Glaze Out says, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get top 4.
Yeah, you're tripping with that. We're going to get top 4.
It's a bit late now.
We're going to get top 4.
Did you ever watch Roberto Baggio and Romario play flawless like myself.
Romario, no. I watched Roberto Baggio in like the last stages of his career because I used to watch when I was a kid. Big fan of Serie A when he used to have Football Italia on Channel 4 on Sundays. And that was my show. That was my show. I could wax lyrical about that league for time. So yeah, I remember watching Roberto Baggio, but Romario, no.
Fair enough. Ryan says, is Lewis Hamilton the best British sportsman of all time? For me, it's not even a debate. Do you know what? He just for no reason. Like
he's up there.
Yeah.
He's definitely up there. It's him. I think you have to look at Gareth Bale. I don't think you can overlook Gareth Bale and what he did. Giggs is another one you can't just overlook. Trying to think who else. Who's the guy? I swear it was like an Olympic in the Olympics. It was a rower or something like that had won hella gold medals. What's his name? Is it Sir Steve Redgrave or some shit like that?
I don't know. There's Chris Thingy that did the bikes.
You Chris Armstrong, but now he got found caught cheating.
Not Chris Armstrong.
Who? Chris who?
What's his name? Let me find it now.
Yeah.
So, Chris Hoy, is it? Yeah, Chris Hoy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Lewis Hamilton's definitely, with the amount of world titles he's won. Has he overtaken Schumacher now? Or is he Matt Schumacher? He's in the conversation.
Yeah, I think he's on the same.
Overtook my guy Schumacher. I used to watch F1 when I was younger. Not so much now though.
Do you know what? It just I don't know. There's what he's done is
it's nuts. Yeah. Lewis Hamilton he's in the conversation.
Flawless. Were you a Jay-Z or Nas fan or both?
Not really. I respect both their crafts, but not a fan of either.
I'm not a fan of Jay-Z, but Nas has some tracks. But I'm still not a Nas fan.
Yeah.
But he has some tracks. Like you listen to the lyrics in his music, it's like Tupac. Like it's really, he's so intelligent. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Jay-Z, all right, he has
neither of them for me. Neither of them for me still.
Not really. Most of the tracks that I like for Jay-Z is Jay-Z and someone else. So I could be like Jay-Z and Beyonce or Jay-Z and Kanye or I'm not a massive fan of him per se. Wayne says, what do you guys think about Chris Wilder leaving? Where you think his next job will be? Do you know what? I think like he's done really well with them. Obviously this season they haven't been good enough and obviously he's had to leave. But yeah, I think he's a decent manager, I suppose. The squad that he had weren't great. So it's not like he had this fantastic squad and he underachieved. So yeah, I don't know where his next job will be. Probably end up at like going to a championship club and then coming back
championship up. Well, people have mentioned Celtic as well, which makes sense. So I can see a championship side picking him up or Celtic. They're the two that stick out to me.
Yeah. 187 Gangster Crit says, I can see another Manchester derby this season in the FA Cup semi-final. Hopefully, we like a semi-final against Man United. That's the only time we can win. Watch the Post says, Man City will have it wrapped up to concentrate on the Champions League. This is what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. Cam, big up Sugar Puff, the CEO of Sugar Puff FC.
Who's the CEO? Cam. Is he the CEO?
Yeah. He says, big up my Sugar Puff FC team.
Big up Cam.
Ryan's still with this Eddie Howe for England.
Yeah, you tripping with that. The guy got relegated with Bournemouth. All right, fam. Okay. All right. Right, Ryan.
Aiden says, if Man United want to go and challenge for all trophies and possibly win, we need Sancho, Grealish, Hakimi, Varane, and Ndidi. So
it's a big ass budget.
You said, apart from Hakimi and
you're looking at big budget and that. You're looking 500 million, yeah? All right, Aiden.
The thing is with stuff like that is you're not going to get all them at once.
Yeah, that's mad.
Simply because one, Man United's wages already are the top wages. So to get all them in and pay all their wages, like, it's not feasible. Secondly, Grealish, being English and from Aston Villa, is going to be well over 100 mil. So you're not going to get him and Sancho. It'd be either or. I don't know about the others. Varane probably could get him. And Ndidi probably could get him if you gave him a decent.
Yeah, we can defo get Varane and Ndidi to me are realistic options.
Sancho and Grealish, you wouldn't get both. It'd be one or the
It's like, where we gonna play Sancho and Grealish? Just a mad pal.
I know.
Where you fitting all these players in?
Bench with what's his face, Van der Beek.
Hey, don't ever what's his face, Van der Beek. All right, put some respect on Dudley's name.
AFC says Jan, for City to be even stronger next season and kick on again next season. What do you think you need come this summer? I think it's blatantly obvious what we need. It's definitely a striker.
Because Gabby's trash. That's why.
We have Gabby, who isn't a striker, if we're being honest, and we've got Sergio Aguero, who is at the end of his career and will probably leave in the summer. So we haven't, people talk about City spending a lot of money. We haven't spent money on our strikers for a while. Even Gabby, like when he came in, he was like 26 million or 30 mil. Like he wasn't a lot of money. So yeah, we need to go and get someone in. I think I'd love to see Haaland. Apparently City are in talks, like they say, but that's just until I see him with a shirt holding it up. Welcome to the club. I don't buy into any of that crap. I'd love to see him. There's also rumours about João Felix. He might be more of a pet player than Haaland, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind him. It's not like I'd be gutted if we got him. But I think Haaland has to be number one. And simply because we can't afford for anyone else to get him as well. Because if we don't get him and then Chelsea get him, we're in big trouble, put it that way. So I think City need to try and get him. And then we'll see. But yeah, just a striker of some sort. Whether Pep wants someone that can play more as a false nine or whether he wants a Haaland, like a proper number 9, we're yet to see. But yeah, I would probably try and get a left back in, just because when Zinchenko doesn't play, we're a little bit exposed. Cancelo on the left doesn't work as well. I don't know. I'd definitely get a left back. And yeah, I think we do need a Fernandinho replacement, because we don't want to be in a situation when he leaves that we've just got Rodri. Because if Rodri gets injured, we're pretty limited in that position. So yeah, I would probably get all of them in, but we'll have to see. 1 minute. We've already discussed Wilder. Aiden says, give Arsene Wenger the England job. I'm tired of these Brexit English managers. Wenger will get our young talents sourcing on the pitch.
Wenger's that's not actually the worst shot in the world, is Wenger, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not.
Wenger's not the worst shot.
The dream manager, as I always say, the dream manager for England would be Pep.
Yeah, but we know the Euros ain't for him, because in Europe he does terrible. Maybe World Cup, maybe, but them European trophies ain't for him, you know what I'm saying? If it's the World Cup and it's in South America or it's in Asia or it's just not on the European continent, he's got a chance in it. If it's in Europe,
he's been doing it in England since he got here, so don't hate.
Yeah, I'm just saying in Europe, though, it's just not for him, innit? You know what I'm saying? England, calm, innit? But everywhere else, not so much.
Ravi says, Flawless and Yam, which shop is better, JD or Foot Locker?
JD.
Foot Locker probably has nicer.
JD because it's cheaper, innit?
But Foot Locker's not got much in it in England. In America,
it's probably he probably slaps in America.
But Foot Locker in America's good. But in England, there's hardly anything in it. It's not a big shop here.
Yo, I buy the same trainers over and over. All black Adidas shell toes people in it. You know what I'm saying? This is why.
I just bought some beautiful trainers.
Okay.
I've got so many beautiful trainers. I don't know why, because I'm not wearing them to work, and that's the only place I ever go. Devante says United are going to be out of both cups by next week. I don't think so. I think
Chelsea
in the FA Cup.
These Chelsea fans got heart now, innit? When Lampard was in the job, Devante was ghosting. Now all of a sudden he's got heart because Tuchel's in. Where was you, Devante, when Lampard was here? I didn't see you on none of these shows and that. You know what I'm saying? You lot ain't winning nothing either. Well, you lot winning. Jack.
Cam says, bring up my Sugar Puff FC team every time.
This guy's such a prick.
Ryan says, Graham Potter is such a good coach as well. Deserves another Prem job if Brighton go down. Don't know about that. I think he'll get one, to be fair.
He does play good football, actually, with Brighton. I give him that.
Jupe said we did the double over Leicester last season, so yeah. True.
I'm seeing with a cautious self and that all the time.
We did beat them when we won the league. Everyone thought they were going to beat us, and they didn't.
Someone said flawless only saying JD because of Jack Daniels. You know, you lot are funny.
Watch the post. United's home form has levered them. Andrew said he got the vaccine and had side effects.
Yo, what would Andrew please let us know what the side effects were, please, in the comments. Let us know what, and I hope you're blessed first and foremost. Secondly, please let us know what the side effects are. Just in case I have to get it, so I'm prepared.
My mum my mum had the vaccine and was like, "Oh, I'm fine." She went home.
Go on, what happened?
She was all right, and then in the evening, she felt like she was dying. Like,
yeah, man, that vaccine is awful.
She was like shaking, shivering, all of this stuff, and then like it was her birthday the next day, so she woke up on her birthday feeling awful. Personally, I don't know why she got it the day before her birthday, because I would have arranged it for after my birthday. But yeah, she did that. But you know what? Everyone's asking me to get it. My manager's like, "Oh, you can book your vaccine online." And I'm like, nah. I don't like injections, man. Like, my body is weird, innit? I don't like it. Like, you know what's put me off injections, right? Whenever I go and get my blood taken, they can't get blood out. So what they do is they put it into my arm, then they put it in again, then they swap arms, put it in once, put it in again, and then I've got 4 holes in my arms, and then they have to take it out my hand, and then my blood stops running, so then they have to move it around. So when I come out, I've got bruises all over me, and they very rarely get the blood that they need. So I'm not a fan of anything, any sort of injection going into me. It's not for me. Dupe says, Gladbach, we've got a win. Everton in the FA Cup, I'm nervous. I've said this on this stream, not this particular stream, but I've said on Sarcasm City, Everton were my dark horses for the FA Cup. I actually thought they were going to win it this season. And yeah, they'd have to knock us out to do so. I think if they do knock us out, they go on and win it. They're definitely my dark horses for it. So we'll see. I'm hoping we knock them out, considering we've got to play them. But yeah, Fulham's style of play is so enjoyable under Parker. Why can't United play like that? Because you've not got Parker, you've got Ollie. Devante says they nearly bottled it against 10-man QPR at home last day of the season, of course.
Who's talking about?
He's talking about Man City, but Man City didn't nearly bottle it. That game was the most one-sided game.
Yeah, you lot battered them, didn't you?
In my life. It was. We had 49 shots or something daft like that. There was like 20 shots on target. Honestly, that goalkeeper had the game of his life. Yes, okay, we conceded 2 goals, but if you look at it, was what Lescott and company was far up the pitch. So yeah, I can't really blame City for that. The thing is, the team that bottled it were the team that were above. You can't bottle something that you were like, what, on the same points as. Come on now. We're on the same points. It's not like we had 6 points and we lost them. Joseph, put some hearts, big up to you. Winter says, mod me. Do you know what? I'll mod people, but I don't actually know how to do it. So it's one of them.
You need to sign into your YouTube and then you can do it.
Centaurian says Fulham is a difficult one. I agree. I'm not really
not
forward to it.
It's
It really is. You struggled when you went there.
Yeah, that's us. You know what I'm saying?
Get you out of that.
Yeah, that's us. You know what I'm saying? You Manchester City. Well, you saying this before Southampton and you lot clattered them. Saying it before Liverpool. Everyone, your whole run, the start of your run, you've been saying this. You said this for 22 games straight.
I came out of my chest and were like, I think City can win with the bloody Manchester derby. Because you always tell me, just come out and back your team. So I thought, you know what? I'm not backing a Man United win over my team.
Yeah, back your team, innit? Like, I told you the league was done 2 months ago. Now I've been proven right.
Danish Jahari says, Grealish is better than Rashford every day of the week. Love the guy, but he ain't no super jack. Well, yeah. I'd agree with that. TJK Gamer, you guys still up? Guess I'm not sleeping yet.
I might fall asleep on the stream. I'm not going to lie, TJK. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. 187 Gangster Crew. And it's when I read it, I was reading it, and then I was like, yeah, mediocre. Do you guys see Liverpool coming back strong next season? I do think so.
Yeah, I think you're saying I don't think so. I think they will. I'm concerned.
I think they have to. I think when City were down bad last season, you know, in terms of we weren't at our best, and everyone was saying, oh, Pep's finished. And he came back fighting. I'd expect Klopp to do the same. I expect Klopp to come back next season. They've got their players back. I expect them to go back. They've had a bit of a rest, not a rest as in games, but a rest as in they're not fighting every game is not a cup final this season, you know, so they've had that little bit of a rest. And then I would expect them to be back fighting. The only issue that Liverpool are going to have is Chelsea are going to be expected to win the league next year because of the money they've spent, because of the squad that they have, because of the manager that they have. Chelsea are going to be wanting to win it. Man City, if we do win it this season, are going to want to go back to back. You know, you're going to have other teams fighting. So it's not just going to be like a Liverpool and City. It's probably going to be a Liverpool, City, Chelsea. Who knows? There might be another team up there fighting. So, yeah, we'll see. City's defence. Watch post says City's defence has completely changed since the Leicester game. Diaz, Stones and Cancelo can all step up. Yeah, it's different. That Leicester game we played. I think it was John Stones
I knew
and
Stones would be involved.
No, it wasn't John Stones because he hadn't lost a game all season. I think it was Laporte. Must have been Laporte and Garcia, Kyle Walker, and Benjamin Mendy. I think that was our defence against Leicester. So it's a bit different to the team that we're going to play now. Yeah, Glazed Out says English athletes, Hamilton, then Redgrave, then Hoy.
I knew it was Redgrave. Yeah, I thought so.
Grealish says Hakimi is better than Cancelo. I don't even know who Hakimi is, to be honest.
Keep hearing his name, but I've not seen him play.
No. Andrew Ellis says your thoughts on the 1% pay rise. That's the most least surprising thing that you could expect from the Tories. The only thing that would be less shocking than that would have been if they said they didn't get a pay rise. Do you know what I mean?
Who got 1%? Wait, who got a 1%
the
pay rise?
NHS, the doctors, isn't it?
That's all they gave him for all the work he's doing, just a 1%.
It's like just some bullshit.
Was it like 10p or something?
Well, if you're on 100k, if you're on, I don't know, say you're on, because they're not even on big money. They're probably on like 40k a year max anyway.
Right.
That's max. So they're on like 25k. Like they're not on a lot of money.
You say 40k? Wait, did you say 40k a year?
No, that's like the people that are like doctors. The nurses are on like 20, 25 or something.
I went into the wrong profession. I shouldn't be on this mic talking football. I should have went into medicine and that.
But 40k a year. How much money you've got to spend to get there? You got 7 years in uni, so it's not like cheap.
That's a long thing still. That's a long thing.
Long, honestly. Yeah, it's long. Flawless and Jan. If Fergie was still at United now, while Pep is at City, how close do you think the title race would have been? The two bosses
would have been. I think United City turns into United Arsenal of old. I think it's us two clashing time and time and time again. I think it's that over at least 6, 7, 8 year period. Like I see that because that's two managers who are both quality managers, can both attract top quality players. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's a genuine rivalry. Like you look how it was with City and United when Mancini was there, and that was kind of building and how the games were. So imagine Pep was there, that adds so much more to it. Yeah, it would have been close. I'd see both Manchester clubs dominating, and then you could probably throw City in there as well. I mean, City in there, Liverpool in there as well. So yeah, it would have been very entertaining. That's why I would say that's my thoughts on it.
Adam says, "Yeah, when the channel pops off, you should work with City like that." Stephen McKinney. Do you know what? It's interesting that you should say that, but I won't say too much in it.
Well, Yannicka just out here working people. That's what I will say.
All I'm gonna say is it's close. It's close. You know, I have been contacted by City. Ultra Parisian says City fans are like players who don't celebrate when they score. Do you know what? It's not even this. It's just we're just not cocky fans. Like you do get cocky City fans, obviously. You get cocky fans in every team, but the general Man City fan is down to earth. Been there when they were shit, you know. And like we've had games where we've like clapped off Arsenal at half time because of how good they were. Do you know what I mean? Like madness like that happens, and then you know now we're in that position. Everyone wants to be like, "Oh, City are shit" when we're good. Do you know what I mean? It's just like for me. I'm not a hater. If your team are good, they're good in it. But I think football goes in cycles. And, when I was a kid, people were saying Man United would never be shit. And then now all their fans are saying we're shit. So it happens. Liverpool
You said it there. Cycles, innit? It goes in cycles.
Liverpool fans were saying when I was a kid, oh, yeah, we won it. We won it not that long ago. We're going to win it again. Because bear in mind, like when I was in school, it was like, what, 90? I started school in 1995. So like late 90s, Liverpool fans are like, yeah, they're going through a little bit of a drought in terms of the Prem, but they weren't thinking it was going to be 30 years. So they were giving it all that. And, it just, things can change in football. And that's why, like, for me now, yes, City are having success and it's great and everything like that. But I know that in 10 years' time, City could be back to sort of being mid-table. Do you know what I mean? You don't know. Like, I don't think so because of the way our club is built. But it can happen. It can happen to anyone. So the only difference between Man City and Man United and Liverpool is that Man City's owners actually care about football and they care about winning and they care about the team, whereas the American owners tend to care about their pockets and whatever other commitments they've got. They don't see Liverpool as the focus. They don't see Man United as the focus. And you could see in the Super Bowl, why, like they put all their money sort of into winning the Super Bowl. They're not really interested in Man United too tough. And then you've got Liverpool, which is the same thing. So we have owners that are focused on football, not focused on American football or baseball or whatever else. So that's the reason why I think Man City might be more sustained. It's the same with Chelsea, because Chelsea have Roman, who actually loves Chelsea. He's not trying to make, Chelsea drop off. So he will continue to invest. So whenever Chelsea have a few years where they're not great, they'll always come back and win something. And, that's the way City will hopefully, be. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, I would, Adam, I would not want to be a steward.
Yeah, you don't want to be a steward.
No, so you can't even watch the game. You've got to have your back.
Yeah, you got to watch the crowd and that.
Even though I have to watch the bloody steward because the steward sits right in front of me and it's like, move, I can't see. I have to tell him to move. Ultra Parisian says they can be nervous in the Champions League, but not in the league. See, that's the thing. I have a degree of confidence in City in the league because we've been there, done that. Whereas in the Champions League, we haven't been there, done that. And that's why, there's, I don't know. Ryan says, if Pep wins the quad, then I'll admit it that he's better than Klopp. It's not going to happen, man.
He's better than Klopp now?
He is, of course he is, but we're not going to go off that. What's his name? Zayn says.
Yeah, she said, what's his name? Zayn don't have it because if he was MB, she would have remembered it. But go on, carry on.
Brady won't join City end off. Actually, City's the best place for him to join.
It is the best.
Real Madrid did what his dad did at Leeds. His dad was at City, so what's your point? Aiden says, if Man City want to win the quad, they need a special player and they don't have that. Same for the Champions League. They have very good players, but they don't have that amazing footballer. You know what it is with Man City? They don't buy the superstar. That's why I don't think we're going to get Haaland, because Haaland is the superstar right now.
That's an interesting point, no. I get what he's saying, because you have a phenomenal team.
We don't. Yeah, we don't.
You don't have. It's mad this actually that he said that, because you have a phenomenal team, but you don't have a go-to guy.
Well,
That's mad.
You could say like De Bruyne in our team.
The thing is, I wouldn't call De Bruyne I wouldn't say De Bruyne is your go-to guy though. No. I think he's quality. Don't get me wrong. Like, for instance, how do I describe? Like, for instance, Messi at Barcelona is their go-to guy.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I mean, Ronaldo at Juventus is their go-to guy. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to think of a lot of teams, but it's weird that City, as good as they are and being the best team in the league, don't have a go-to guy. Like Liverpool, I would say, as much as it's going to pay me to say this for Ryan, Salah's their go-to guy.
Yeah.
Even though they have talent around it, like every United team, I can think of had a go-to guy. You don't have a go-to guy, so I get what he's saying.
Team, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we don't go out there and buy like an Mbappe. We don't go out there and buy a Haaland.
It's just mad though, with all the talent you have.
Or a Messi.
Sorry to cut you off. It's just mad that with all the talent you have, that somebody hasn't became that go-to guy yet. That's the crazy part.
I think it's just because, like, obviously De Bruyne was sort of our go-to guy, but then when he got injured in 18-19, it was like everyone sort of picked up the slack. So now he's not really. Aguero used to be back in the day, used to score a lot of our goals, but we've always had a team that worked together rather than an individual that scores all our goals. So it's better for City because it means if we get injuries, we're not like, oh, our game's done.
No, overly reliant. Well, yo, MB, what I said is because she forgot Zayn's name. So I was like, Zayn don't have that, because if that was NB, she would have remembered NB's name. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, because I like MB.
MB, she prefers, even though she's always taking shots at your team on a regular basis.
Yeah,
but let's continue.
MB, cool. Zayn's always sending shots like his team.
And then you end up shooting NB in the process, and that he's just the innocent bystander, man, his business.
Anyway.
But she's gonna slander your team by the end of the stream, fam. But go on, carry on, love.
Yeah, Dupe, I don't believe this until I see it, but I would love to. I would love that to be true, because that is my number one target, personally. Yeah, I think this will happen as well.
Fuck off. I don't want to see that. Using another semi-final.
Zayn says, Man City will win the league and the Carabao. They lose the FA Cup final. They lose the FA Cup and Champions League. No need to talk that far. Do you know what? We will see, innit? We will see. Flawless, what were your thoughts on Nani as a winger?
Quality. Very frustrating because he had everything but quality, and again, he was a part of that 2008 team that dominated in it. And the goal he scored against Arsenal, Lord of mercy. He scored some
bangers. There is comments for days. Sorry, guys. I've lost all the comments again.
Oh, Jesus. See what? That's why I made people in it, is because, this one.
Yeah, you go for the comments because I can't. I keep losing them.
Oh, my God. Right, let me run through the top. There we go. I'm going as high as I can in regards to the comments. Wait, hold up. So this is, if we missed your comment, say it again, innit?
That's where mine's at.
Right, is this where you're at? MB says, Flawless, which signing on the Fergie do you think kickstarted the path to dominant success the most? It was Cantona. I was actually watching, my sister sent me, it was a clip of Giggs talking about different things regarding Manchester United. I need to try and find the full podcast. And Cantona was the player who took Manchester United over the top. Like, we're talking about go-to guys. During that period, he was the go-to guy. This is why I think 4 out of his 5 years we won the Premier League. And the year that we didn't win it, he was banned. So that tells you how good he is and the influence he had on that team. So yeah, I would say Ravi says England should get a player, man. That's a terrible idea.
Raphael says, hi guys. Big up to Raphael, by the way. He says, hi guys. Jan, do you think Man City can make a great effort to sign Haaland? I hope so. Apparently we are interested. Apparently we're leading the race, as they say. I just think if we don't go for him, it's terrible business, because it's just one of them things. If you can get him, you get him, because worst case scenario, he comes to your team and doesn't play too well. He's 20 years old. You can always move him on. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna buy him and like regret it. Do you know what I mean? He scores goals. He's clinical. He's not going to flop, if we're being honest. Do you know what I mean? It might just be that he doesn't reach the potential that you might think. But yeah, I think it'd be nice to see him at City. He's definitely going to fight for the club, because you always get like these Phil Fodens where they grew up sort of supporting City. They fight for it a little bit more, especially in like derbies and stuff like that. So yeah, I would quite like to see him come to City. So I'm hoping City try at least to get him. Whether we actually get him or not, I don't know.
No, I went hiding. I came on the stream and told you were going to lose to Arsenal, remember? Yeah, I remember that. And then you disappeared ever since. You know what I'm saying? That's when it went all downhill for you. Like, I ain't seen you since. And now you're here taking... And true say, you're below us in the table as well. All this noise from Chelsea. You below us in the table.
Ryan, why'd you say 12 when you were 21? Said I'm taking out of injections. I started crying before I was about to get one.
Yeah, they're not the ones still.
Ravi said I had the jab. I felt like I was hot and cold and had a headache, but felt right the next day.
I don't want to take. I don't want to take.
I don't have time for that.
I don't need to actually. Ravi says United need a risk taker as a manager. Yeah, big facts. Someone who's just gonna go kamikaze in that. Just kamikaze the thing. Definitely. Yeah, shit. Someone said, "Yo, guys, were you ever into garage music?" Yeah, it's a little bit before my time, but it was Ravi who said it. But yes, I am. Not like heavy, But like the stream. Yes, let us know how many likes we are on in the comments, please, people. I'm gonna have to get what's it called, Yan City, to change your password so she can make you lot mods. So I'm gonna end up doing it in it. So when Yan City decides to change the password, give it me, and then I can log in and then make you lot mods and all that. Espacos is flawless. Do you ever sleep, brother? Always on the grind. I appreciate that. No, I don't. Because anytime I was planning on getting an early night, and then Yan City and you lot wrote me into this, and here I am at 1:10. It's a mazo. It's a mazo. Danish says, no European football might benefit Liverpool next season with the heavy metal club football. City, Chelsea, Liverpool contenders for the title next season for me. I hear that. If Liverpool don't get into the Europa League for next season, they will just one game a week. Problem. Chelsea did it in 2000 and it might have been 15. The season they won it with Conte. Can't remember what year it was, but that season they won it with Conte. I swear they didn't have any European football. And he played a heavy style.
Glazes out. In reply to your comment, I can't believe most people vote Tories. I try not to judge people off their political views. The reason why they do that is because the media consistently attacks sort of people on benefits, people that need the government for help with with like disability or whatever. They constantly attack these people. They constantly talk about immigration. They constantly talk about people coming over here and freeloading, which is all incorrect, by the way, factually. You can't come over here and get a council house. That's not how it works. There's a big procedure that goes along with it. So it's not as easy as they make out, but people buy into that. And when it comes to voting, they'll vote Tories because they think Tories are going to solve immigration and all that crap. And it isn't going to happen. And a lot of people voted Brexit because they thought their brown neighbours were going to get sent home. And it just is never going to happen. So, yeah, it's a load of shit. They chat a load of shit. You know, last time it was the bus. We're going to give this amount of millions to the NHS. The NHS are broke. They're not funding the NHS at all. We're funding the NHS with our taxes, which are probably going to go up, or national insurance, they call it. You know, that's what we're funding them, not the government. So don't get it twisted. It ain't them, it's us. So, yeah, I don't know. People are a little bit delusional, and that's why they vote Tories. So it is what it is.
You know, I like this dead grub. That phrase is caught on from JV, and it was on Man United, and JV called Dan James dead grub. And now that's caught on, and I've seen more people in the comments and shows calling people dead grub in it. So NB says, Jan, why is everyone dismissing Laporte like he's dead grub?
They're not. Do you know what? We rate Laporte. Like, City fans in particular rate Laporte, but it's just one of them things. Like, everyone is kind of pushing this agenda that, oh, Pep doesn't like him because he's on the bench. It's like, no, he's just got a partnership that works. Do you know what I mean? If you took out Lindelof from Man United and brought in Bailly and it works, you're not really going to be like crying for Lindelof to come back. That doesn't mean Lindelof's shit. It just means that partnership that you've got in Bailly and Maguire works. So, you know, Diaz and Stones are our strongest partnership at the back. Who knows? Next season, it might not be. Next season, it might be Laporte and Diaz or Laporte and Stones. Who knows? But that right now, if it's working, don't change it, basically. Big up my guy, Dick Insider. Every time.
We good, G. How are you?
We're doing good. Mustafa says people gas up Diaz when he isn't even City's best centre-back. The interesting thing about Diaz is Diaz came in and he has made a massive difference. And that is in terms of leadership. That's in terms of how solid we are at the back. And there's a lot of factors in it. Bear in mind, Diaz is only 23 years old as well. So he's a young guy. He's come in. That back four were not performing at that level before he came in. Yes, okay. Statistically, this season, Stones has been our best centre-back. He has. As much as you might rate Laporte, as much as you might rate Diaz, Stones has been our best centre-back this season. That being said, does Stones have the form that he has right now without Diaz next to him? I'm not so sure. So it's one of them things. For me, Stones is not a leader. Laporte is not a leader. So when we have Laporte and Stones, as much as, don't get me wrong, we can get a clean sheet because they're both quality players, but they're not leaders. So when it comes to them big games where you're under pressure at the back, you need a leader. And that's what we have in Diaz. So yes, he's probably not our best centre-back, but he's our most important centre-back right now because you need a leader at the back. And that's our company replacement. Jan Flawless, how did that 6-1 at Old Trafford feel? You know what? I was at home for that one.
Yeah, I wasn't at the game. It was more so, what year was that?
2011-12 season. So I think it was 2011.
You don't win the league that season, or did we win it that season? You don't win it. Yeah, it's one of them because man's got that air of, how do I put this now? Because it's Fergie, when bad results happen, and I've seen bad results happen for Manchester United, I could kind of shake it off. The 4-1 that we lost to Liverpool I felt worse after that than that City one. I felt much worse. Much, much, much worse. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Yeah, I was just like, obviously I'm pissed off on the day. I'm irritated on the day, but then because we got Fergie, I always believed we could bounce back, and we always did. Whether it was that season or the season after. I knew success was always around the corner. So that's how I looked at it.
That's Pete, though. I'd hate to lose a derby 6-1. Jesus.
It's one of them. You got to take the good with the good and the bad with the bad.
WNRH, what's that?
No idea.
Let us know what that means. Ryan says, if City play Liverpool in the Champions League final, which manager is more nervous for it? For me, Pep would be more nervous than Klopp.
Definitely.
Do you know what? It's one of them, innit? Because Klopp's lost the Champions League final, which Pep never has. But it's City that haven't won it. Maybe if City win it before, then it'd be Klopp. Because Klopp's lost one before, whereas Pep hasn't. So it will depend. Is City go and win it this year or next year? And then we got Liverpool in the Champions League final. I think we win that. But yeah, it's one of them. Because we've seen like Liverpool. I've seen City beat Liverpool in a final. Obviously, it was on pens, but I've seen it. I've seen us beat you in the Community Shield. So when it's a one-off game, I have seen City beat Liverpool on quite a few occasions. That being said, Champions League, we haven't won it there. So nerves would kick in. We would overthink it, and Liverpool would win it if it was now. But yeah, if we've won it before, then I think Klopp's more nervous than Pep based on their record as managers. Wade says, I'm not cocky. Man City fan, I've witnessed 1-8 loss for Borough. I'm not cocky. Are you a Man City fan? Oh, yeah, I get it. Do you know what? That 8-1 though, like it's out of context when people mention it, because people always bang on about that 8-1. Like I remember that 8-1 like it was yesterday. I was in Jamaica. I had a season ticket at the time. I'd seen City's last game. I flew out to Jamaica and somebody sent me a text saying 8-1, haha. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you just got beat 8-1. And I was like, what? So yeah, it was one of them things. I remember it. But that season was not a bad season for Man City. City did well that season. We had a good team. And the season was over, to be honest. Like, it was the last game of the season. And yeah, we got humiliated on the last day of the season. But we weren't finishing in the top 4 anyway. We weren't finishing in the bottom half of the table. So I think we went from like 7th to 8th or something like that. Like the league positioning didn't make a big difference. But yeah, I think people look at the 8-1 like we used to get beat 8-1 every week. We actually beat Man United home and away that season. Like,
what year was that?
2008.
Mad, that's the year we did the double.
7-8. No, it's 7-8.
2000. Yeah. Also, it ended 2008 though. Yeah, that's the year we did the double. That's mad.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing. Like, we beat Man United home and away. It wasn't the worst season ever. We had Benjani. It wasn't the worst season. We had Lano. We had a decent squad there. So that's why when people mention the 8-1, I'm like, yeah, it was an 8-1, but it wasn't like we were getting beat every week 8-1. Raphael said, guys, any predictions on the fans go back into the stadiums? They did say, Raphael, I don't know what it's like in Brazil, but they did say that fans would be allowed in for the last game of the season because they're going to open everything up in June. But then apparently people complain that it's not fair and how, it wouldn't be fair on the teams, which I don't believe, because that's like saying it's not fair to play away games because you don't have the same amount of fans. So it's a little rubbish. In terms of the league and whatever, like, yeah, okay, fair enough. If you've got fans in the stadium and your team your team stay up and the other team go down, you could have an argument there. But I don't think that makes a difference. One of the biggest wins this season was obviously the 7-0 Crystal Palace Liverpool. Palace had fans in the stadium. Liverpool still beat them 7-0. So yeah, I don't think it plays as much. Obviously, it does make a difference, but I think to combat that, what they should do is put the same amount of home fans as they have away fans, because they're not going to fill the stadium anyway. So just have like 5,000 home fans, 5,000 away fans, and be done with it. And then at least some people can experience staying up or going down, or like, it's one of them things. I think they should do it. I'd love this, but do you know what? I have to see it to believe it. Nippon says, who do you see winning the title first, Liverpool or Arsenal?
Liverpool. Arsenal are way, way, way out of the picture. Way out of the picture. way, way, way out of the picture. Yeah, let's pack over. Whatever you smoking, I need from.
Do you know what, though? Do you know what? It will all depend on what happens to Liverpool. Because if Liverpool don't rebuild, Salah leaves, like a few of their players leave, Klopp leaves, and they go back to sort of struggling a bit, then and Arsenal.
I still think they win it above Arsenal just don't. Arsenal just don't invest.
Way off.
They just don't invest. Like there's a
saying that if Arsenal did get bought, then it could change things. So
my man's been buying him. My man's supposedly been buying him for years, though. This guy, this Dangote.
It's one of them things. Dupe says, Jan, what are your thoughts on the Aguero situation? Do you know what? I'm a little bit gutted. I miss Aguero. And I wanted to see him play. I thought, yeah, he's back. He can help us in the derby. He can help us. And he was on the bench. That being said, he's never normally too fit when he comes back from injury. So, we saw the other day that he had a chance. But I think if he's fully fit, he scores that chance. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll have to get him in slowly. Pep did say that he didn't want to put him in too risky games. And then, we end up in a situation where he's kind of losing us the game, by missing a sitter or something. And then we go on and lose. And then people blame it on Aguero. So I don't think he's risking him too much. That being said, I think if we can wrap up the league, we should be able to see him and then he can get fit and then play him in the Champions League or whatever. Dominic says, big up Flawless and Jan. Big up to Dominic Rich. Go
big
check
up Dominic.
Channel. Wade says, Tony Hinchcliffe and Martin Tyler said, no contact on the McCarthy challenge on Foden. I want to drink what they're drinking. I don't know why they were bending over backwards to defend that ref. It's clearly a Stonewall penalty. I'm not going to complain because City probably would have missed it anyway. But it's one of them, innit? You can't say VAR is making the right decision when they do that crap. Ryan says, I still think Klopp edges Pep just because he's done it with less resources and a worse squad. But if Pep wins the quadruple, then I have to face the fact that Pep is better. I think people will still say the same thing. Anyone can win the quad with City. Like, no one's going to give Pep his flowers. Like, come
That's
on.
a good one. Cheers. That's good. I didn't know. I'm trying to struggle for one if you do win a quad. So cheers for that one. That's a goodie. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Do you think you can chat
That's
to
a goodie.
Everything you say, I'm going to be like Man United when they were like 20 times. I'm going to be like, win the quad there. Has your team won the quad?
You know what? Whatever in it. I'm just going to let my agendas run. I won't talk to you, but my agenda's running everywhere else.
Dupe says, I'll go to guys, a lot of players. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's not one of criticism, by the way, because I see you City fans. I'm just saying that it's mad with all the talent that there isn't a guy who is above the crowd. That's all. It's the first team in a while I can remember who's been successful where there isn't a go-to guy.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
They don't need a special footballer to do it. They have the squad depth that's good enough to do it. But this is the thing, like, we don't want to end up like a Barcelona where, like, if Messi has a bad game, they lose. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't want that. Like, if De Bruyne has a bad game, we could still win. You know, if Gundogan has a
Well,
bad
you still, even
still
Messi in his pump, though, they still had ballers around him to get them
yeah,
out
yeah.
of jail. So
No, I
that's
mean
why.
now. I mean right now.
Oh
like,
yeah, right now, yeah.
it's like they're what
Your
they've
goat
got
is just
now.
flopping, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, like before. No, he's not. But the thing is, he's the only one doing anything. Switch on the beat says City don't really need a go-to guy when they're healthy. True. Our problem isn't go-to guys. Pep overthinking things in the Champions League. Even Pep knows that he was overthinking things. Even Pep said it this time. So if he makes the same mistake again after he's pointed it out himself, I'd be quite surprised. But I don't know. If we get Haaland, then Sergio's out. I think Sergio's out anyway. Jem, big up to Jem in the chat. He says, Jan, don't forget about Chelsea. You're not the only one who can flash the cash. Yeah, I know. But I want him. So that's
they're the two obvious ones for him.
Yeah, I'll get you a bulletproof vest, innit?
She's gonna get your bulletproof vest that don't work just to shoot you again. MB, don't take it.
Pycon says, let's say both United and City slap Dortmund the money and it's up to Haaland. Which team is he most likely to join?
Depends what he wants.
Yeah.
Depends legit what he wants. Like, what is he more money based? Is he more what am I gonna is the team based?
I think he's talking about if the money is the same. If the money is the same, he joins City.
Yeah, if the money's the same.
If Man United offer more money, that's where the question will be if he wants. But I think with Man City, what they're building, like at the end of the day, whether Man United fans like it or not, like you have Martial, who is your number 9 or whatever, and he wants to play as a striker.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he wants personally. So it's one of them things like I just think under Ollie, even though Ollie obviously has worked with Haaland before, like he might look at like a Van der Beek and think, if he can't get on, do you know what I mean? Like how do I know that I'm not going to get benched?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Cavani obviously hasn't always started, you know, when he is fit. So it's one of them things. I just don't think Haaland would go, oh, I'm going to join Man United. But if Man United offer a lot more money, he might go.
The best fits for footballing is City or Chelsea.
Yeah,
they're the two I would. If I'm him, but it depends on like I said, what you want. To me, it's not a money thing.
Well, it's the players around him as well. Because you've got like, I don't really know what Greenwood is. Is he a striker, midfielder?
He's a striker. He's a striker.
Yeah. So you've got people there that could potentially challenge him. Whereas Man City have Gabby, who is clearly not a striker, and he said that he'll go out on the left. He said that. And you've got Aguero, who's on his way out. So there's a perfect space for him. It's like people are saying Bayern Munich, because when Lewandowski leaves, there'll be a space for him. But it's whether Lewandowski is going to leave yet. Because if he's got 3 more years in him, Haaland can't wait 3 years to sort of get, because he's not going to start every single game.
I don't think Haaland moves this summer anyway.
Yeah, well, if he does, do you know what I mean?
I don't think someone stumps up that. That being said, it depends how badly Dortmund have been hit by the pandemic.
It's only 90 million. Oh, is that? Yeah, I think it's only 90 million. It's not.
Where's that figure come from? Where's that 90 mil come from?
His release clause that can
He's got a release clause.
I think so.
Oh yeah, he's going.
And it can be triggered this summer. That's why people are talking about him now.
If he's got a 90 mil release clause, somebody will buy him.
Yeah.
Chelsea, City. Well, somebody will. I didn't know he had a 90 mil release clause. That changes everything.
Let me know in the comments, but I think so. Haaland would fit into this City team extremely well. You know what? He's the opposite of what we've got. We've got short players who are small, who are very creative, but they're not taught. Haaland gives us a threat in the box when we get a corner. You know, like we don't have that. We have to have our defenders come up because all of our players are small. You know, he's strong, he's powerful, he's so clinical. Like, for me, it makes sense. And Mustafa, if you really think that City are below Dortmund, then...
You're Mustafa, or if it's not Mustafa, it's Mohamed. Jesus.
Yeah, people are just hating. Aiden says, City don't have that player that can produce the magic, and you may need that in the latter stages in the Champions League, where it's going to be very difficult. PSG have both Mbappe and Neymar. You never know, though, because Tottenham, I know they have Kane, but Kane wasn't the one that stepped up.
It was Son.
And then it was Mora. You know, it's players like that. So it's one of them things. We'll see. But in terms of the Champions League, like Gundogan normally plays well in the Champions League. De Bruyne scores quite a few. Gabby scores quite a few. Sterling's decent, and Aguero. So we have had players that kind of stand out, but it's just not one, you see. I didn't see your agenda, but I'm sure it's bad. It's a bad take. Addy says, if Haaland wants trophies and goals, then City is by far the smartest option for him.
City's definitely the smartest option for him. And that's me as a United fan saying that. It's without question the smartest option for him.
Jem is like sugar.
But Chelsea is not far behind. Chelsea are not a far behind option because they need a 9.
The thing is, like with Chelsea, he could well go to Chelsea. The only thing that I would say is if it goes into a battle, so if Man City go for him and 10 clubs join the race and it becomes a bidding war, Man City will drop out. So we won't.
I'm saying here, Haaland's release clause will only be valid starting June 2022. Price point of 75 million.
Buy him now and then it drops next season, I think.
Well, yeah, if he's got any sort of release clause, yeah, he's going.
Yeah. So what they'll probably do is they'll probably try and sell him this year so they can sell him for more than the release clause. Because if the release clause is 75 mil and one person comes in with 75 mil, he's gone. So they'll probably want to get over that this season. They need money, apparently. Centurion says, Pep was mad after the Southampton game. He felt some of the players didn't turn up for the derby. He was really mad. Good. That's what I want to see. Because if I was the manager, they'd be getting cussed out differently. Yeah, there are some people in this chat with agendas still. M says, Floss is an owl.
Never. You know what I'm saying? I don't hashtag the show must go on, man. I might have, you know what? I might start a late show and call it that. The show must go on. What are you telling me, Yan City? Late night show, me and you, and call it hashtag the show must go on. Nah. Alongside this, man.
Show.
Yeah, man. Get me. Just call it hashtag the show must go on. That's what we're gonna call it, and that.
I'm so happy I've not got work till 2 o'clock. I did not know this till.
You ignored me, you know. 3 a.m. show. What you telling me? Me and you. Not every day. Before, yeah, man. 3 a.m. Hashtag the show must go on. What you saying, fam? See, she ain't my done in that. She ain't got my back. Ride or die. You get what I'm saying?
Listen,
Bunny and Clyde.
Work at 10, innit? Because if I start work at 10, that can't work.
Yeah, well, of course we'll do it on days you don't start work at 10. Sunshine.
Okay, cool.
All right, fam.
You know what? To be fair, I do my rota. I'm actually in charge of doing the rota, innit? So whatever day I want off, I can get off. So I pick the days that I work right now. 1 minute. I'm just trying to get thingy. People have some wild takes. Yeah. Apparently, we're ignoring someone's comments. I can't.
Yeah, apologies. You know what? If you miss your comments, it's not on purpose. It's the fact.
No, it's the computer moves it, so you can't actually. You can't. And
also,
the comments.
Also, it's 1:30 in the morning. This is my 5th or 6th show of the day. This is Yan City's 2nd show of the day. That's what it is.
It says De Bruyne spamming crosses to man like Erling Braut Margin.
Hey, you man call it Danish, don't call him Majin Buu. That's one of the greatest villains of all time. See, Yan City don't know about Dragon Ball Z. I do in it. Don't call him Majin Buu.
I need to start watching other leagues.
You need to watch Dragon Ball Z. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. Do you know what? We'll have to see. De Bruyne would single-handedly win the United a Prem. Do you know what?
He definitely he wouldn't.
Did I just get baited for what? When did I get baited?
I don't know. He'll explain. It might have been the rota thing.
This is my Brazilian friend.
Big ol' Rafael and that. Palonini Diaz and that. Big ol' Rafael.
So funny. They hate him. But you know what? He hates Firmino more.
Yeah, because they're garbage, all these fake Brazilians. You got Jesus, you got Firmino, you got Willian, you got Joe Linton, you got Richarlison. Hella trash, man. All these trash Brazilians and that. Garbage.
You know what? This is an interesting question because anyone we get is a downgrade, if we're being honest. So we're going to have to downgrade to another manager. I don't know who it's going to be. I just don't know. Do you know what? I trust the club to do the right thing. I trust Pep to not leave us in a bad situation. I think Pep will kind of make sure that someone's coming in. That seems to be the case at City. the manager doesn't just leave and then we're like linked with Steve Bruce. Like they actually do sort it out before they leave. So Pep will probably tell them well in advance when he wants to go. He'll probably say, I'm going in 2 years. I'm leaving at the end of my contract. So they'll have time to get someone in. Obviously, we were linked with Pochettino a while ago, but obviously he's gone to PSG. So it just depends what happens. It depends how long Pep stays and everything. But who would I like to see? I really don't know, to be honest. I can't even think. Adam says Diaz is the youngest player in City's back line, yet leading them and changed the whole club's emphasis to not concede like before this season. As long as we won comfy, I didn't care about conceding. Now I do. It's true. And when City concede a goal, like people have a meltdown. We don't do it that much. So yeah. Oh, okay. We're not really here on the official City channel, yeah. Okay. Right, I get it. Cool. I've never seen it written like that before. Yeah, no one's invited me on that.
Soon come.
Flawless. Who's better, Roy Keane or Pogba? Can't believe it's an argument. It's obviously Keane as a United player.
I don't know why you lot do this. I don't. Maybe it's an age thing, but I'm old enough to remember Roy Keane. They're two different midfielders.
Yeah,
they're not the same. Like Keane's box to box. Then he became defensive midfielder. Pogba's an attacking midfielder. That's like comparing now Pogba to, I'm trying to think of a Roy Keane equivalent to a DM, a tough tackling DM. Like I feel like you wouldn't compare De Bruyne to Fernandinho. Makes no sense. Pogba's clearly better going forward in the attacking sense. Roy Keane's better defensively. Like, it's mad. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, but Aiden, to be honest, like you can't really say this right now because the World Cup, yes, Pogba won the World Cup, but it's like Belgium haven't like been close to win the World Cup.
They should have. Remember, they had that golden generation and that.
Yeah, they should have.
That golden generation. Basically, they should have made it to a final.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah.
You know, that's another one of your goats just flopping, but we'll keep it moving.
Whatever.
Yeah, love
and
you too.
You know what? It depends what they. It's funny how you didn't put other trophies in there, isn't it? Like Champions League, Champions League. If he wins the Champions League, then what? Is he better than Pogba because he's won the Champions League and a bunch of trophies? Is he better than Thiago? Is he better than Modric? Like, come on now, seriously. Yeah. If Klopp leaves, then we are finished, and Arsenal could win it before us.
Nah,
I don't know.
Arsenal are still further away than you lot.
Oh my god.
Because you ain't gonna lose Mane, Salah, Van Dijk all at once.
Available for 25 mil, apparently.
Someone will sign him. I don't want United to sign him, but somebody will get him, like a PSG or something.
Yeah.
Because it's Cristiano Ronaldo, even at 36, the commercial value he adds and he can add to your team, somebody in Europe will go. If it's 25 million, we'll go, yeah.
No plans to move forward, can't lie. Would love to see Ronaldo in a United shirt once more.
No. I don't want to see him. I don't want him to ruin his legacy, man.
It would be such a United thing to do to bring back Ronaldo. I would love to, but he's past his best. If he comes to the Prem, fans would try and tarnish his name. He needs to retire on a high.
Man. Retire on a high.
They get
nostalgia.
They get remembered for what they do. It's kind of like Jose Mourinho now. Like Jose Mourinho. If you're our age, you're remembering him at Chelsea and remembering what he did at Chelsea. You're remembering what he did at Porto. You're remembering these things. If you're like a 10-year-old kid now, you've only seen him be shit. Like, or even like 15, you know? Because if you think about it, like probably the last 10 years, he's not been at his best.
Yeah, you know since 2010, really.
Did he win it? I think he won it once in that time with Chelsea.
He won the Premier League in, I think it was 2015. I think it was, yeah.
But in general, if you're 15 now,
well,
you know what I mean, you're not really, you were young, so you're not going to remember the Jose that we remember. So you're probably going to say Jose wasn't all that. So it's things like that. Sometimes it's like they say, you can either die as the hero, or live long enough to become the villain. And it's kind of like that. Like sometimes if Ronaldo comes back now and he's dead, he won't be, but say he came back and he was shocking and got like 5 goals for the whole.
Even if he comes back and he scores 20 goals, That's a disappointment because it's Ronaldo. The
Yeah,
expectation for him through the roof. Yeah, I don't want to see him come back.
And then people would start saying, "Oh, he's not that good because blah blah blah." So yeah, you don't want him back. It's one of them. Ultra Parisian says, "Who is your dead grub player in City United?" I think you know who yours is.
Yeah,
It's gotta be Dan James.
Yo, shout out to you lot. I'll have to let JV know when I speak to him tomorrow that dead grub is called on and that because you lot be using it. Make sure you quote him though.
No comment on ours, innit?
You know who yours is, innit?
No.
Not like Gabby. Yeah.
Is he the worst?
Definitely. Who was? Gabby. You want to say Miles though, but
No, Garcia, man. Garcia is worse than him.
Is he still playing for you though?
Yeah. He's going to Barcelona soon.
Miles.
Do you know what? I can't find the comment. Okay, right, I found it now. Oh my god, this. Sorry, my laptop's acting weird. Barcelona are the definition of a one-man team. Martinez from Inter Milan would be a better fit for you guys. You know what? A lot of people have mentioned him, and you know, I don't really mind. I trust Man City to get the right guy in it. But me personally, if I had to choose, I would pick Haaland. Just because I can see how good he is and how good he's going to be. Yeah, do you know what? We don't have a lot of Argentines anymore. We used to have loads. Now we're like all leaving. So we've not got our Argentinian squad anymore. We've got a lot of Brazilians still. Well, a few. And we're getting a lot of Portuguese players, you know. That's why you could see a João Felix, because if you think about it, we've got Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, Cancelo. Who's the other one? Is that it? Might be three. But then we've got Brazilians that speak Portuguese. So, yeah, and then we've got a few Spanish players. So, I don't know. I don't know. Lewandowski ain't leaving anytime soon. I agree, you know. This is why I can't see Haaland going there, because you're not going to drop him to the bench to play Haaland. Ultra Parisian says, Diallo pops up, Martial goes on the transfer list.
What?
He's basically saying that you'll sell. If Diallo starts playing well.
Don't even play the same position. But all right, Ultra Parisian. Sorry, Ryan, but when it comes to Martial, you're a little bit blinded. See that? Right, man. This ain't my done. This is your done, innit? You know what I'm saying? Your people's Ryan.
MB says, Jan, I think Felix is a quality player and would fit City's system really well. I just think Simeone and his pragmatic style hold Felix back too much. I agree. I'm actually all for João Felix, just because I could see him under Pep. I can't see Haaland under Pep, but I could see Felix under Pep.
I think anyone you mentioned, Haaland, Felix, Martinez, I've heard a lot about, who looks very similar to a guy. I think with the way you play under Pep, any striker of any sort of level scores plenty of goals in this team. Plenty of goals.
Like I would score goals in the City team, and I'm
and you're trash as well. You know what I'm saying? You're just a little bit better than Jesus.
Like Marcus Rashford, isn't it?
I mean, you're a bit better than Jesus. Oh yeah, when we're doing this one-on-one as well, innit? So I can dust your ass, innit? You know what I'm saying?
You're not. Do you know what? Yeah, when you get dead, this is gonna go viral on YouTube, innit?
I want to bust you up. What we doing? What we playing Wembley? What's the plan? Yeah.
Come to London, innit?
Yeah, no, I'm saying I will come London, but what's the plan is what I'm asking. Are we playing Wembley? What is it?
Gonna get turned over.
All right, we playing. All right, whatever. You gonna get skilled the same way you tried to play me on FIFA, got battered. Talking about the Wii, I'm gonna bring the Wii with me as well.
God, I was about 14, guys.
And I'm gonna bust your ass on Mario Kart.
I
didn't even know you. I didn't even know you when you was 14 and that. So what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? This girl chatting bad. I was like 24. She was like 28. And we don't chat shit, and I'll bust your ass at it. I'm gonna bust you up on Mario Kart as well. We gonna film it. We gonna stream it.
I think that it'd still go, to be honest.
Nah, they always sell their best players.
I don't like any of them.
If I said get in, you know. I said get in.
People are coming for it. That's funny. You know what? People are being rude about my Gabs. So
My gaps. Yeah.
don't hate because you're not rated as highly in my book as him.
Well, I'm not rated above Maris in your book, and you don't even like that guy. So I know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I'm below Maris. I know where I don't even make the list. Man's not even top 50.
TJK Gamer says, just don't take an ex-player to become your next manager like Chelsea, Man United and Arsenal. Great show, guys. I'm out.
Salute.
Thanks, Jan. Big up
Big
to
up.
you. I'm sure
You lot hit the like button, man, and let us know.
10 minutes ago.
You know what I mean? You lot let us know as well in the comments how many likes we're on. Make sure and you subscribe to the channel. After the subscription, the subscribers should be going up as we speak right now on Yan City ENT, and the likes should be going up. And make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. That being said, I can see a lot of you are already on Sarcasm City TV. Hella names, so big up to you lot, man, supporting. Sarcasm City Army strong.
Ryan says we need the likes of Salah to leave and rebuild the squad. This squad is stale now. If it's had its cycle, we won't win the league for 2 to 3 years minimum. If Klopp leaves, it's another 30-year wait. I don't know about that. We'll see. Flawless, I'd agree with that. We are way off winning the title. We need to start a whole leap of matters within the club on and off the pitch. Whole heap, I'm assuming he said, before we can even start that talk. To be honest, I think you need to be up there challenging before you win it. I know Leicester came up and won it out the blue, but I think it does tend to take people a few years before you sort of go and win it. Danish says, "No, I ain't trying to see CR7 back at United. It's nice to have him back, but I don't want to be a nostalgia FC. The club needs
hella nostalgia in that.
I don't think he would go back, to be honest. Maybe, but
no, I just don't want to see. I just don't. It's like we spoke about Floyd Mayweather at the top of the show. It's like him returning and like fighting all the young and hungry up and coming guys. It's like I want to remember you as the great. You know what I'm saying? I want to remember Ronaldo at Manchester United. I want to remember him at Real Madrid. I don't want him to come back to United at 37 years old.
What? It's different if they stay there the whole time and they fall off. That's different.
Yeah, that's different.
I'm still going to remember Aguero as the Aguero.
Yeah.
Won the league, even though right now he's not doing too well. But if he left, I wouldn't want him back, at this age. You know what I mean? Yeah. Danish says, Jan and Flaws predictions and thoughts on the North London derby will be a good watch. I think we've already discussed this in the last
year. On Gardem City meets Man United.
Draw, and I said that I think it'll be 2-1 either way. I'm not sure which way.
Arsenal win, you crazy.
I'm not upset with you, darling. I'm just saying that you have a very...
Yo, it's hella disrespect. Don't even apologize, Ryan.
The way you feel about Salah is the opposite of the way you feel about Martial. So it's
and the way you feel about Salah is how she feels about Mahrez, but she'll never admit it. We'll go on, carry on.
Jan, who are your favorite international players of all time? International? Do you mean like in terms of my team or just in general? Because if it's in general, then I love Ronaldinho. If it's in terms of my team, I support Jamaica. So right now, I don't know. We're pretty dead. Obviously, we've got Leon Bailey, so big up to him. But yeah, we're a bit dead in terms of ours. Yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, in terms of players outside of City, all time, then Ronaldinho definitely. I do love Messi. I'm not a Messi stan or anything. I'm actually not. I just rate him really highly. Oh my God.
Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, that's it. I go through my players that I love. Like I was obsessed with Falcao in sort of 2012-ish, I think, when he was there, and he was killing it. Like I loved Falcao. I used to love Lukaku for years, and then he joined Man United, and I was like dead.
Oh yeah, you was a big fan of Lukaku, I remember.
Loved him. Oh yeah, my God.
Massive fan.
Yeah, I don't like him no more. He joined Man United, man. That's the ultimate sin. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like you loving your husband, but he cheats on you with your sister. Like, it's that sort of thing. It's like, nah. Gotta go.
Sure, man.
Broke the relationship. It is what it is.
Sure. She talking all this shit like her best friends ain't Manchester United fans.
Yeah, they are actually. My best friend is a United fan.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Your best friends.
United fan.
Plural. The majority of her best friends are Manchester United fans. Don't let her chat shit to you and that. It's the worst.
Or
Blah,
Arsenal.
blah, blah.
Got a lot of Arsenal fan friends.
See? And they're the worst of the worst. Fucking Arsenal, you know. Ugh.
If João Felix goes Man City, I will be beyond devastated. His technical ability is a joke. You know what? I think under Pep, he's laughing. We're laughing too. We'll see. Big up to Franklin for liking the video.
Big up, man.
The most important thing is ambitious owners and a good, stable football structure. This is why when people get on like oil money, Arabs, and all this crap in the comments, it's just like it just sounds like jealousy because what you're all asking for, Man City have.
Yeah, of course.
What you're all asking for, Chelsea have. You know, so these sorts of things, like, yes, okay, there's some human rights issues, but there's human rights issues in America. So are they that much better than, you know, the Middle East? Really? They might pretend to be, but are they really? You know, what more rights do black people have in America than, you know, women in Saudi Arabia or, you know, Abu Dhabi? Still got issues. So I don't think, especially people with American owners, don't really have the right to talk about them sort of things. Argument, but Scholes still. Cantona's definitely above best. 8 above best.
Why did you man get to this there? Right.
Do you know what? George Best was born about 100 years ago, mate.
I'm too late. It's too late to even be going into that.
Like, he died before I was born. Ryan said, best thing about my sugar puff and flower is that I can talk to them about anything, was messaging them about one figure squash. You know what, Ryan? You're so cute. You're actually so cute. I can't wait to hook you up with some crazy girl. But yeah, it's what it is. People are arguing about George Best, you know.
Yeah, keep that moving.
George Best was there at the same time as like Colin Bell, who.
Yeah, you want to talk it like
the same people that bring him up will say things like Man City have no legends. It's like, hello, our team at that time were quality as well. It was a good time for Manchester football. But yeah, you know, like this is. I don't know.
I'm just looking at you lot. Don't be beefing in the comments, man. Jeez.
Yeah, relax. He was on some next thing. But you know what? Some people play better when they're drunk.
You know what? I'm for one. I've played after nights out with no sleep, still JD in the system when I'm turning on the picture. That like, I can't wait to get back to play football though. I cannot wait. I need to play ball.
Ronaldinho was like doing madness.
I need to play ball.
Same was madness outside of training. So.
Hold up. Let me see if I've got a clip. I think I've got a clip of me playing ball still. Should see the turn. The shot was garbage, but the turn left 2 man in it.
So basically, you say
the shot was garbage.
You're the garbage of your.
I'm a holding midfielder, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not expected to do that. I'm a 6. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find it. 2 2s. Is this it? Hold up.
If you've got any questions for us, drop them right now.
Hold up.
Because we're gonna wrap. Oh my god, it's been 2 hours, madness.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours. Wait.
Is your shot better?
You see that? You see that? Yeah. Check.
That is some sort of porn. Right, I can see it now.
Yeah, the shot was garbage though. Actually, it didn't even go that far wide.
That is trash. That is trash.
Check the turn. Man, dink 2 guys. Yeah, bang, sent 2 man in that.
Fluke. I seen some little girl do that the other day.
Oh well, look at you hating because you could never do that. Even in your dreams, you could turn like that. You never. You couldn't turn like that with the dreams.
And then
if you tried to turn like that, you'd wake up and bump your head on your light. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean? You could never turn like that ever. Okay. You see the turn I sent 2 man.
Questions now, okay.
Here. Go on.
Do you know what? Yeah, don't chat shit. Get out the stream, honestly. So, 1 minute. Who's better, Ollie currently or Gavi now?
As what?
Ollie.
What do you mean? Was he talking about as what?
I don't know.
Yeah, what's he talking? Are you saying?
He's saying is Gabby better than Ollie now, like as in Ollie right now?
What, as a player? I'm lost.
He's basically saying Ollie at his age, is he better than Gabby? No.
How old's Gabby now? How old's Gabby now?
How old?
Yeah.
No, I think he's talking about right now, as in the old man. Like Ollie being his age now.
Oh, is Ollie Bad? Right. Okay. I was confused for a sec. I don't know. Yo, Glazer's out. It's late. Clear that question up for us, just so we know. Yeah.
Ryan says, when and how did you and Flawless meet?
Mutual friends, innit? We know a lot of the same people and that. We knew a lot of the same people. Of course we did. It was on Twitter and that. Because I remember it because I was dissing one of my brethrens and then she popped up and was like, yeah, we jumped on the diss and then we had bare mutuals and that. I won't mention him because I don't fuck with him no more, but that's who I was dissing, innit? You know what I'm talking about as well.
I don't.
Yeah, because basically I was like, what it was.
Message me.
No, I can tell you. I don't even have to message you. I can be like, this should ring a bell. So I was dissing him and I was like, yo, who's the biggest? I was like, who's the biggest waste man from South Africa? Because they're done South African. And I added him and then you was like, nah, it's such and such. Yeah. And then you was like, nah, it's this person, innit? And then I seen we had bare mutuals and then she was always chatting shit about United. And then we just became cool.
Yeah, then I seen him one time. I went to work and I used to walk to his house.
Yeah, she used to wear
down the alleyway and I saw him. And then I think I messaged you saying I saw you today.
Yeah.
And then it went from there.
Yeah.
And then
and then we just became cool ever since, isn't it? Simple as that. It's been a match made in heaven ever since.
Yeah, that was like 2013.
Something like that. Mad.
So that's that. I can't even see. Why is it? Do I like Farhan? I do like Farhan.
Where is he? Is he injured?
No, he's there. He played the other day, but he doesn't really play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I've not heard his name be mentioned in the watch.
He went out with COVID and then he came back. And then I think he had a knock. I don't think he was but he plays more in the Champions League, to be honest. Indiana says, when do you sleep, Flawless? I just got all right. Yeah, no.
Yo, big up to Indiana. Make sure you subscribe to First XI because you can catch Yan City on there, plus a whole load of other talented people too. And to answer your question, Indiana, never in it. You know what I'm saying? That's just a machine. Hashtag the show must go on.
MB says, big up Yan. She's a world-class player like an idol, Georgia Stanway. I don't know why Georgia Stanway is my idol, but I appreciate her because she's a City fan, isn't it?
Who's Georgia Stanway?
One of City's players.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
We quite need a team, to be fair. Our girl. Right. Ryan says, I feel so thankful that Yan City gave me my chance on Geldon City. Without her doing that, I wouldn't be doing these shows with my flower. Do you know what? Yeah. Me and Flawless were just talking about when we met, which was in November, and you messaged me, and then it just went from there.
Yeah, when you met, yeah, facts. Mad. It's mad how the universe works, isn't it? And now look at us all in this YouTube space. It's crazy. It is crazy football in YouTube world, isn't it? It's nuts.
This is true. This is 100% true. People underappreciate me, innit?
I don't know. I give you your flowers every day.
Yeah, true.
Right. See that? See how she begrudgingly said that through gritted teeth. No smile. No one praises you more than I do. See? Nobody. No one. Who are these people saying this? Saying what, yo?
Do you know what? I think it's next Wednesday.
Who are these people saying this? Saying what? What's he talking about? Yan City, I'm talking to you. What's he talking about?
I don't know if he's saying about what they said about me. I don't know.
You think private chat me or message me in it? You think I'm a fool and that? This girl thinks I'm an idiot.
I can't believe I've only known Yan and Flawless for 5 months. Feels like I've known you guys for years.
Yeah, facts. Ryan, my guy. That's why. That's my G right there. Like, I would legit head out to a rave with him. Like, Ryan, my people's like that. That's my guy. Like, I think we talk on a regular. I talk to you more than most people, Ryan. You get what I'm saying? And I can't tolerate people.
Nice.
Ryan, my guy. That's my G. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. And even though he's a Liverpool fan, his slander's exceptional. So you know what?
Oh my God. Right, okay. Who's my GOAT? The greatest player of all time, as they call it. Are you talking about as a City player, or are you talking about the actual GOAT? Because if it's the greatest player of all time, my personal favorite will be Ronaldinho. In terms of the greatest player of all time at the moment, I would say Messi. In terms of Man City, probably have to say Aguero, based on what he has personally done for Man City. But that's a tough one. That is a tough one. My favorite player right now is Fernandinho. So yeah, it depends. Ryan says he gets kicked out of raves. Yeah, Flawless is willing to get kicked out with you, innit?
I never get kicked out of raves. Never, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a reckless individual like that. Ryan, we going you say you younger though, so it makes sense to understanding it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, King Cladze was great, but he came into a City team that got relegated, so wasn't ideal. I think some of our players were good, but they were just at the wrong team at the wrong time. I think Robinho was one of them as well. Obviously, not got much respect for him right now, but I think he was a good player, and he came into a team that weren't great. And yeah, I think if he comes in at a different time, we see a quality player there, but he didn't. So yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. There's been a few players that have been good at City that didn't really get appreciated as much, because there was also Ali Benabia, who was good for us. But I don't really remember, to be honest. My memory is really bad. Like, I can just about remember sort of 2007 onwards. So yeah, my brain is not great. Yeah, it's funny. Ravinia, that day was the maddest day ever. Like, I woke up to a text message from a Man United fan, and he texted me saying, Man City are rich. No, he texted me saying something like, you're rich. So I just went back to sleep. And then he texted me again saying, nah, Man City are rich. I just went back to sleep. I thought he was chatting shit. I was just like, oh, whatever. Then I woke up now, put on Sky Sports News because it was transfer deadline day, and I'm seeing like this Man City shirt being held up and being signed, and Mark Hughes there, and I was like, what's this? So then I seen that we got rich, and I was like, what is going on? Like, it's the craziest day ever. And then, like, I remember I was at college at the time, and my dad was like going to sleep, and I was saying to my dad, like, no, don't go to sleep, innit? And he went to sleep, and then I saw that Robinho had signed for City. Like, oh, it was just madness. That was one of the maddest days being a Man City fan, and I've had some mad days. But yeah, that was just different. Yeah, Ryan, honestly, I can't remember my first City game. I can't remember my first City season. Like, I remember the odd thing. I remember one game in 2007-8, one game, I think. Because I took my friend with me. That's the only reason why I remember it. Yeah, my brain is really bad. I used to sit in one stand at the Etihad, and I moved from that stand, and I spent 8 years in another stand, and I remember them 8 years, and then I moved to this stand. I've been there about 5 years now. So yeah, I don't remember the years that I spent in the stand before. So it's one of them. My brain's a bit mad. Yeah, David Silva. Do you know what, with Man City, like
I've said this about David Silva,
like we were saying though, because we didn't have that standout player on his own, it's hard, because David Silva's probably the best, but then people will argue Yaya Toure. But I don't care which one you pick, because to me, they've both been brilliant, and they've both played a part in how good we were, for how long we were good for. So it's one of them things, like, you can argue either or in it, and you can have a valid reason for either. Do you know what I mean? I think Yaya Toure has more standout moments. You know, I think David Silva kind of did everything, but he didn't score too many goals. There's no like real key goals that he scored where it's like, oh, he won us the league with that goal. And I think for that reason, David Silva's always going to be. It's always going to be someone that, unless you watch City or you kind of appreciate that sort of players, you're not going to rate him. Yaya Toure, complete opposite. You can pinpoint specific goals that he scored that won us titles. Like, you can pick that. So, yeah, for me, they're both key. Obviously, Aguero's another one. It's just for me, because Aguero is the sole reason for the best moment of my life. That's why it's hard to kind of. Nipon says, "Are you free? I want to do a City watch along and flawless. Are you free to do a United watch along with me?" I think all of the things on here though.
I do watch alongs on Sarcasm City, so that's why I'm not available for watch alongs like that. So when it comes to United, City, Arsenal, all on Sarcasm City, and then even when it comes to Chelsea, I do. I sometimes go on Blues Fans TV with my Don Carefree Lewis. So yeah. Like, that's what it is. Might be just hella busy. You know what I'm saying? And that, no disrespect. But yo, just keep doing your thing. That's all I can say. It's hard work out here.
Indiana says, David Silva, special player, but for me, Yaya was the best City player we have had next level. I'm not going to argue with that. S. Paco says, Jan, isn't your stand right behind the goal? No, I've never sat behind the goal. I used to sit. I don't even know where.
Yeah, Rashford, when he scored the winner, celebrated right in front of her face. Excellent stuff.
Nah. I sit right now. Well, the last season I sat by the corner flag, but I am moving from there. That is the deadest seat in the house. But yeah, before that, I used to sit near Pep, just behind Pep to the side.
Do you always hear him shouting in that all the time?
Yeah, you can hear him.
Yeah, all the time. Was he up now? But I'm saying he was a regular shouter.
Say, for example, like from here to my front door, that's where like the bench was on my row. Yeah. So the second layer of the bench was like 2 meters away from me. So the players are just right there. Like when you go to the toilet, you got to walk past the players. It's
shouting at De Bruyne for giving the ball away or something. Could just imagine him.
No, I didn't talk to the players. I didn't talk to the players. One time I took my foster sister, right? And like I took her to the toilet, right? So she's tiny, she's like walking. And like she was taking time to get up the stairs. And I'm like, the players are right next to me. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, nah. One day I came and sat down and Vincent Kompany was sat in front of me. Like, not the seat in front, the seat in front of that. And I was like, I didn't want to talk because you can't really slag off the players when the captain sat right there. Like, I was trying to be, like, quiet because I was like, I don't want to start going in on the players. But I think we won that day comfortably. But, yeah, it's kind of mad. It's kind of mad. But you can hear Pep. Like, you can hear him. But then it's hard to hear because the crowd. But... yeah, so you can hear them. You can hear the players. It's kind of good. I like sitting near the pitch, innit? I used to sit on the second tier, and I hated it because when we won the league, you can't get on the pitch. So everyone's on the pitch celebrating,
and you can get on the pitch. You ought to be a hooligan in that, innit?
It's dead. It's dead. So now I sit at the bottom. But ever since I've sat at the bottom, we've won the league one time. I think when I've been sat there. No, we must have won it twice. The first time I didn't go on the pitch. The first time I didn't go on the pitch. The second time we won it away at Brighton. So obviously we didn't win it there. So yeah. Ryan says, my mates were testing me on random Liverpool games since 2008 and I got every single goal scorer and every correct scoreline. They said I should go mastermind. You could ask me what City's score was 2 weeks ago against the team, and I probably couldn't tell you.
Yeah, you know what that is? Old age, isn't it? I know I get to you, Ryan, innit? When you get older and that, your memory just eclipses that type of shit, innit? You just don't retain information. Hey, you lot, again, make sure you hit the like button, man. Hit the like button and that. Hit the like button, make sure you share, subscribe. And Nipon, yeah, man, I'm sure there's people who who are fans. Just get everyone on. That's what we do on Sarcasm City. It's just a get together.
Bala David Aguilari. Big
nice pronunciation.
Profile picture.
Yeah, file.
Do you know how many African people are? Do you know how many Nigerians?
Yeah, I know you know a lot, but I still can't you just take the compliment and say thank you, darling. You can't just say thank you, babes. I appreciate it.
Thank you, darling.
I appreciate it.
Keep one, sell one, bench one. Cancelo, Diaz, Walker. I think this is quite easy for me.
She's defo keeping Walker.
Okay, I would keep one, sell one, bench one. Okay, so keep one. I'm assuming you mean to start.
Yeah, keep one. Yeah.
It's between Cancelo and Diaz. I think Cancelo has been really, really good this season, but Diaz is a leader on the pitch, so I would keep Diaz. I would bench Cancelo, and I would sell Walker. So yeah, Nathan, you have to just inbox people and just see if they want to jump on. Not everyone likes doing watch-alongs. It's not. I don't really like doing them because my stream is always behind. So you always know who scored before you see it, and it's frustrating watching games like that.
But hey, that's the things we do for you. Last couple, are you going to keep going? Because we've been going 2 hours and 10 minutes. You staying on?
I'm just going to do the last comments and then we're going.
All right, cool. I'm just making sure. And just in case you wanted to continue in it. That's all. I'm just asking.
Ryan says, do you prefer sitting behind the goal or along the side of the pitch? I sit along the side of the pitch. Sitting behind the goal, I only really do it at Wembley. But it's all right. But sometimes, like, it looks like a goal's, like, gonna go in, and it like the angles are different, isn't it? So I don't know. Don't really like sitting there. Like Yaya takes games by the scruff of the neck, making people look silly for fun. It's true.
Yeah, Yaya was ridiculous. I always say this. He looked like year 11. He looked like a year 11 playing against year 7s. Sometimes it just looked like men playing. You pick up the ball. I think it was against Palace.
Especially that
one of the goals.
Season 30. Jesus Christ, he was
scoring free kicks like they were penalties.
Yeah. Every single one went in, you know. Madness. We need him. We need him bad. Oh my God. Aidan said, in terms of prime, Yaya Toure is the best midfielder I've ever seen in the Prem. And you know what the maddest thing is? He came to City towards the end of his career. It's not like, you know, he's at Barcelona. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, he did, to be fair. But
he did. Celebrated in her face and that after he retired Di Michelis.
I can tell you that.
Di Michelis, you know what I'm saying? And that.
Franklin says, I see you on TV, can't remember. Do you know which game everyone saw me on TV?
She was on Match of the Day, innit?
No.
Was you not on Match of the Day?
Do you know what? It was that Community Shield game against Liverpool. And basically, we were taking penalties, right? And I could not see a single thing because the Liverpool team was stood in my way. So I couldn't see anything. All I could see is the Liverpool team and the referee. And basically, I was looking at the screen to see the goal. And Sterling scored. But before Sterling scored, I was smiling and the camera came on me and I was smiling. So then when he scored, everyone was like, she knew he was going to score. I was like, I couldn't see fuck all. I'm always smiling, innit?
She's smiling, showing bare teeth on TV and that.
Yeah, and everyone was like, when I got home, like, I always know when I've been on TV because I just because like in the Etihad, there's no signal. There's no service. So when I come out the stadium, I'll have like pure notifications, pure people. And I'm like, yeah, I've been on TV. I always know. And people always post me on Twitter going, I seen you on TV? So, yeah, it's one of them things. It's normal. It's normal. Especially, like, to be honest, where I sit in the stadium, like, near Pep, the cameras are the other side. So I'm not really on the camera too much. But where I sit now, I'm on the camera more. But, yeah, it's one of them things. And I sit on the front row right now, which I'm moving from. Don't want to sit on the front row anymore. But yeah, Nathan says, so Yanna, you're free to do a watch along for the Munch and Gladbach game. I'll send you the stream link if you are. I think I'm going to be doing one on Sarcasm City, so I won't be able to.
Sorry, Nippon, man. She's Sarcasm City royalty, innit? She's the queen of Sarcasm City, so she does watch alongs in Sarcasm City.
If I don't do a Sarcasm City watch along, I usually don't do a watch along.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Ryan says, imagine if I was at Anfield and Salah was sat next to me. You know what? To be fair, when Liverpool play City, they ain't too far away from me. Have I spoken to any of the players? No. When I see footballers, I pretend that I don't know who they are. I remember Benjamin Mendy came over the other day. He was like literally like right near me. And he was like taking pictures of everyone, and I was just like, I just sat there. Every other person around me was over there getting a picture, and I was just sat there like,
Jan just hella bougie is what she's telling you people. She's just bougie.
I would have gone over and asked for his number, to be fair. But
she hella bougie. She bougie in it.
MB says, Jan, what are your favourite stadiums in world football? You know what? I've not been around the world, so I can't really vouch for the whole world. But in terms of England, I do like the Emirates. The view is okay. I do like it. Blackburn's a good away day, but I don't think that's due to the stadium. I just think that's due to the fact you have the whole stand to your fan base. So it's pretty good. What else? Where else? I like Wembley. It's the second home. The background of the show is actually Wembley. It's a picture that I took at Wembley. So yeah, I like that place. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Like there's more that I don't like. Like the old White Hart Lane was awful. It sounded like the roof was going to cave in. I'm surprised I got out of there alive. Then you've got the West Ham Stadium, which is decent, but the view is shit. You're miles away from the pitch. And like if you're on the top tier, you're miles away from the bottom tier. So there's no sort of fan connection because the fans at the bottom are singing a different song to the fans at the top and you can't hear each other. And yeah, West Ham's a mess. They need to sort that out. Crystal Palace, you can't see fuck all. Like, literally, I just go there for the atmosphere because you can't see the pitch. You can only see half the pitch. That's dead. Everton, same thing. Goodison Park. I can't wait till they get their new stadium. You can't see nothing. And bear in mind, I'm 5'4", and most City fans are like 6 foot, or like at least 5'8" or 9. So yeah,
you 5'4"?
Yeah, I can't see shit when I go.
You say you're tiny still. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't see shit when I go to away games.
Yeah, I forgot how petite you are. Bless you.
Can't fucking see nothing. I just go there for dance, innit? Miss the game. Night to Indiana. Love to
Indiana every time. Make sure you subscribe to First XI.
Who is the nicest player you've spoken to? I don't speak to players, but probably Fabrice Mwamba, because I've actually.
To me, it's always been Danny Welbeck. But that being said, I know him from school, so. Well, yeah, I'd say Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, he's not nice.
Yeah, you don't like. Yeah, because you're bougie. He's cool with me. Yeah, I'm saying he don't like you either.
Yeah, you don't like me. Yeah, you don't like me.
Yeah, you hella bougie. That's why.
I'm not hella bougie.
He's hella bougie. All right, relax. We don't want to hear no. Yeah, listen, no Welbeck slander on the channel. All right.
I'm not slandering him. He's just he was just being rude. No reason. Like, how are you gonna be rude?
All right, cool.
I was trying to save him. Anyway, remember when people try to sneak Salah into the Omri debates? What the hell is stats? What the
hella GNA on Tommaso.
Ryan says, I love the watch alongs on Sarcasm City. Literally just the Mandan linking up. Do you support England in the Euros? You know what? I don't even really support England, but you know what? When England do well, the country's a great place to be in. So, yeah, I don't mind. Obviously, there's City players in there. So, yeah, I don't mind. I didn't like England when I was a kid because it was like 50%. Well, say like 40% Man United, 30% Liverpool, and like 10% Chelsea or whatever. And it was like, nah, I'm not interested. Or 20% Chelsea. I can't do maths. Yeah, what's it called? The only reason Yaya didn't win Player of the Year was because Suarez was on an absolute madness. True that. Yaya was faster than some wingers. You know what? He looked like he was lazy because he didn't run. But when he did run, boy, could he run. Yeah, we don't want your unpopular opinions. I've never been caught on camera at Anfield. What about when Gerrard slipped? Were you not on it? Have I spoken to Pep? No. If I saw Pep, I'd ignore him as well. I love Pep, but not enough to speak to him. Ryan says, when I meet footballers, my legs start shaking. Do you know what? Yeah, it's weird because like I just act like I don't know them. It's like I seen Gabby, and like when I saw Gabby, right, I knew that he was there because I saw his mum and his niece and nephew, and I recognised them, and I was like, Gabby's here. And then I went to the food court because I was in the traffic centre, and I went back out, and I seen him go past on his little wheelchair thing when he was injured in it. So yeah, I've seen a few players here and there. Nando's, they love Nando's. Yeah, a few. Normally, like, see them near places, but yeah, I don't speak to them. I have no reason to. Do you know what it is with Stamford Bridge? Stamford Bridge is not the worst, but the security. There's about 50,000 security guards. I don't understand why. Like, it's just annoying to get in, and then you go in, it's dead tight, and then you come out, and then it's like, I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of Stamford Bridge, to be honest. It's all right. It's better than, it's not too far away from my house, so it's not that bad. Yeah, they're not really. We do have some decent ones, but not them ones. Oh, Welbeck. Now, basically what it was is when I was at uni in like 2009, I worked in, I used to do some like promoting. It's like 2009, 2010. I used to do some like promoting in central London, just like, I didn't actually work, to be fair. I just used to go there for banter with my friends. But anyway, and basically the job was to sell tickets to a nightclub to people, right? So you'd go around and you'd say, oh, you know, you're going to come to this club tonight. I can't remember. It was in, what's it called? Leicester Square. So you basically say to people like, do you want to go to this club? Blah, blah, blah. I'll sell you a ticket. And then you give them a ticket and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so I saw him and Wes Brown's little brother. Can't remember his name now. Him and another guy who I'm assuming played for Man United or was a friend of theirs. Anyway, so I saw them three and they crossed the road. So the guy that I was with started going up to them to try and sell them the ticket. So I recognized, obviously, Wes Brown's little brother, because I used to know him a little bit. So I recognized him first and then saw Welbeck after. So I went to the guy and I was like, no, leave them alone. Like, they're not going to want it. So he was like, where are you going? So we're like, Mayfair, because obviously they're not going to go to like Leicester Square. And like, I just basically told the guy, like, leave them alone. They're not going to be interested. And he was like looking at me, like giving me evils, like, why are you telling him not to talk to me? And I'm like, because he's trying to sell you something that you don't want. But yeah, he's just being unnecessarily rude. And then he walked off. And then like everyone at that time used to call me like Man City for some reason, like, because obviously I was a City fan. And like, I remember somebody shouted like, Manchester, Manchester. And he was like turning around like they were talking to him, but no one even knew he was a footballer. I'm the only person that recognized him. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of them. S. Packer said everyone knows the Emirates is the best stadium. Do you know what? I think Tottenham's new one is looks really nice, to be honest. But City's isn't bad. I think the Etihad's quite nice. Nah, he definitely don't like me. Do you know what? I know a lot of Welbeck's friends. Like, I know my best friend, and is like, she knows him well because she went to the same school as Flawless and Welbeck. So their family know each other, and yeah, he had like this party in Manchester when he was like in year 11, and he invited like everyone. Literally everyone went, but like he didn't invite me. But yeah, he don't like me, trust me. I don't think he knows who I am, to be fair, but it's what it is. Aiden says, forcing on, why do you think Brazil aren't producing special players anymore? Before R10, R9, Kaká, Adriana, etc. We're all playing in the same era. Now it's just Neymar. Do you know what? I don't know. It's I'm assuming they still do produce some ballers, but maybe they just don't come over here. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. 1 minute. Old Trafford is not the best. They have rats in the kitchens, man. Make sure you don't eat anything from there. Tycon says the maddest things I was at Oxford Street and Sterling walked past me. I swear to God, his bed tiny. Do you know what's interesting about that? Some guy that I used to work with saw David Silva in Tesco. Because, like, there's this Tesco that used to be, like, around the corner to my house. And, like, all the footballers go there for shopping and it. But I never see them. Like, every time I go there, I never see footballers. But everyone else sees footballers when they go there. It's really strange. I think my mum even saw Yaya Toure when she was there. But, like, my mum sees footballers a lot, but she just doesn't know who they are. And apparently, like, Carlos Tevez, yeah, had to do some community service for driving offences. And, like, my mum saw this, like, van with community service van with Tevez was in it. Yeah, it's just mad. My mum's seen Alex Ferguson walking near my house. Yeah, my mum sees a lot, but me, nah, I don't really see them. Neymar and Coutinho. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these. Don't know. Yeah, Old Trafford is a dump, man. It's not nice. Definitely not a nice stadium. I've only ever been there once. I was in the Ronaldo suite, and it's really strange. It's like a weird place. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's been nearly 2.5 hours. So thank you for tuning in. And basically, I will see you again. This show is not going to be like every week, but
love to you lot, yeah. Big up to everyone who got locked in and that. Love to you lot. Just had to say that quick.
Okay, thanks for your contribution to the show. However,
absolutely phenomenal contribution. This is a better feature than a Drake feature, and that. You know what I'm saying? Better assist than KDB, Silver combined. What are you talking?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll try as much as possible in it. Sorry, I'll try and make this as regular as possible, but it might be that it's sort of once every 2 weeks or something like that. But yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Big up to you guys in the comments. Yeah, I had to kick him off, man. Can't be chatting shit on my show. He's forgetting this is my show. It's not his show, innit? He likes to think this is his channel. Oh my God, you are so lucky, because I would love to have met Ronaldinho. And apparently he came to Peckham not that long ago. And my friend rang me and was like, oh my God, guess what? And I was like, what? And he said, I just met Ronaldinho. And I was like, you bitch, why didn't you call me? And he was like, oh, I didn't think. But I would have gone, because I love Ronaldinho. I've met Robinho in a nightclub. But yeah, not Ronaldinho. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll be back hopefully soon. And yeah, we'll